UN General Assembly in New York. Among the current high-profile issues, growing number of countries recognizing a Palestinian state. Among them, American allies Britain, France, Australia, and Canada. The Trump administration stands with Israel in opposing recognition of a Palestinian state. Before year's end, the Supreme Court will consider whether President Trump has the power to pink-slip board members from independent agencies.
Justices will hear arguments in December about when presidents can fire board members and will consider overturning a nearly century-old decision limiting the president's power. In 1935, the Supreme Court found that commissioners can only be removed for misconduct or neglect of duty. In a 6-3 decision, the High Court also allowed Donald Trump to fire a Democratic member of the Federal Trade Commission while the case plays out. Greg Clugston, Washington.
President Trump is urging the Justice Department to investigate the actions of some of his political foes, and based on those actions, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says such an investigation is warranted.
It is not weaponizing the Department of Justice to demand accountability for those who weaponize the Department of Justice.
The president says former FBI Director James Comey, Democrat Senator Adam Schiff, and New York's Attorney General Letitia James all deserve to be investigated. Claiming that acetaminophen, its brand name is Tylenol, is linked to increased risk of autism in youngsters, President Trump is urging pregnant women to steer clear of the drug, not to take it at any stage of pregnancy. Tylenol's maker insists that scientific evidence does not show an increased autism risk, but there are conflicting studies on the issue. Wall Street ahead of this morning's opening bell. Dow futures up 54 points. NASDAQ futures ahead a fraction. More on these stories, townhall.com.
The Federal Reserve just cut interest rates, and that could be big news for the price of physical gold and silver. That's why Advantage Gold invites you to call 800-741-GOLD. Call now and you'll get your free gold and silver information kit. And you could qualify for up to $10,000 in free gold and silver with your IRA or 401k rollover. Advantage Gold has been ranked the #1 gold company in America for the last 10 years. And with the U.S. dollar facing serious devaluation, now is the time to act. We've partnered with former IMF chief economist Kenneth Rogoff. And when you call 800-741-GOLD, you'll also receive his best-selling book, Our Dollar, Your Problem, absolutely free. Gold and silver are real, tangible assets that have protected wealth for centuries. Advantage Gold helps you move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals, tax-free and penalty-free. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-4653 now. That's 800-741-GOLD.
Israel is not letting up one little bit in its war on Hamas in Gaza.
Locals say Israeli artillery shelling and attacks by quadcopter drones are driving people from their homes in Gaza City. Israel has also been using armored vehicles laden with explosives which are detonated remotely to blow up blocks of housing. The Israeli army now has 3 armored and infantry divisions in Gaza City, which it sees as a last bastion of Hamas. Witnesses say that tanks have advanced towards the city center from the north and south.
The BBC's Yolande Nell in Jerusalem. A skilled drone pilot, identity unknown, has flown large unidentified drones over Copenhagen's airport, Scandinavia's largest, shutting down airspace for hours. Police say the incident occurred last night, involved 2 to 3 drones. Officials chose not to shoot them down out of safety concerns. NATO Secretary General Rutte says it's too early to say whether Russia might have been involved. Townhall.com. NASA has 10 brand new astronauts chosen from more than 8,000 applicants.
For the first time, there are more women than men. The 6 women and 4 men will undergo 2 years of training before becoming eligible for spaceflight, including trips to the moon and possibly Mars. It's the 24th astronaut class for NASA since the original Mercury 7 made their debut in 1959. Only 370 people have been selected by NASA as astronauts, making it an extraordinarily small and elite group. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Russia says it shot down 3 dozen Ukrainian drones heading toward Moscow. And Ukraine says that Russian missiles, drones, and bombs have killed at least 2 civilians in Ukraine. The war grinds on after 3.5 years, as it seems that President Trump's peace efforts have stalled out. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here? I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Truest of all the days.
Yeah, a little cooler today. Well, sort of 90, 89.
89, but also there's a moisture in the air.
Well, we got like rain last night.
Yeah, it's a muggy morning.
Like they said, there's rain chances, but that kind of came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like that escalated quickly.
Very quickly. Yeah, and the problem is I leave my windows, cracked.
Yeah.
To let in some of the cooler air and let some of the hot air out. And what ends up happening is the inside of my windshield gets foggy. So I have this like inside squeegee. It's like green and it's meant to like clean the inside of the windshield.
Right.
And so I'm just sitting there just like scrubbing while driving, like trying to like get the inside fog off, but it keeps coming back. It's very annoying.
All I could picture is Ace Ventura with the head out there.
It's very much like that.
Your car's small enough where you could stick your head out and keep driving.
Surprisingly, it's a lot of headroom.
Is it?
Yeah, like I actually have some space between me and the roof of the car.
It's all up top.
That's when I see like like old school like convertibles or whatever with the rag top and all that. That just looks highly uncomfortable to drive in because it's so low. I mean, there's no coverage whatsoever. Like I know my car looks like a clown car, but at least I got headroom.
I had a rag top and headroom wasn't a problem. I'm only 5'8". But yeah, the one thing that I noticed with a rag top, especially if you have a motorized top, no trunk space.
No, I'd imagine.
Like I had a LeBaron, and the trunk was non-existent. I could fit like a couple bags maybe in there. You ain't putting nothing serious back there.
But was it a two-seater or did you have a back seat?
No, it was a back seat, but it was a small back seat too.
Yeah, but you take the combination of the back seat and the trunk space because nobody driving a LeBaron has kids,
right?
So you take the combination of the back seat and the trunk space, and you got a decent sized trunk.
4 people could not go on a road trip.
No. 3 could.
Yes.
One sitting lounge style sideways.
3 lightly packed.
Yes.
People like they pack light for like a weekend getaway, not for like a 2-week trip.
You know what? And this is the thing. It's like I don't fly. Like I really don't fly. But we are planning a trip in the very near future that will require me to. And I'm not one to pack a checked bag because I don't bring enough stuff. I could put a week's worth of what I need in my backpack and be good.
Yeah.
So just go
that's
as
not
a
a bad
checked
thing.
bag.
If you don't have to check, that's not a bad thing. I mean, that's that's usually when the trouble starts. You check something in, and if you've got 6 connecting flights, you're like, well, I hope my luggage also made it.
The big problem is most of my friends are women, so they aren't, Now, in fairness, we did have we have an agreement with this flight that'll be happening, in some point, that we all will pack just the check bag and that's it.
Okay.
Or the carry-on
bag,
it.
yeah.
But I don't feel like the need to risk losing everything I own just for the sake of a flight.
Well, and I've never lost it for good.
Yeah.
Like the worst I've had is like the next day it shows up.
Yeah, that's the thing though. You get there and all your stuff's in your checked bag, so all you got to wear is like this oven mitt and like an Aussie t-shirt.
Well, fortunately, the times like that it's happened, I was going to family's house, so I could get by for a day if I needed to, or a lot of times it's coming home, like oh, it'll be on the Dallas flight tomorrow, so I'll go home. I have things there, and then the next day I'll go back to the airport and pick up my bag. I've had that happen before too.
I wonder what the experience of a checked bag that gets lost is. It gets to see all kinds of new places.
I know
goes on its own little adventure.
This is why I don't buy nice looking luggage, because no matter where you go, they're going to beat it up. It's like cruise ships, beat them up. Airport, beat them up.
Yeah.
Any place where people are handling your baggage in quantities, they're going to beat it up.
Now, the guys on the tarmac who are loading your bags, they make it look like they're taking great care. But I guarantee the guy that got it to the truck to get it to the tarmac was walking it down the hallway like Ace Ventura in the opening scene.
Yes.
Just kicking it
down. Yeah. It's like I don't know how many times my wife, I got this new luggage, and then we get on a cruise ship and get off, and it looks like someone dragged it through it. They was like, "There's your new luggage.
Yep.
How much you pay for that?"
Hard shell, especially like not even so much dense, but like you're gonna scuff that thing.
Yeah, I gave up on all that time ago. I was like, yeah. But weirdly enough, I've had the same luggage I've had for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. I'm not.
Mike's just got a rucksack.
Yeah,
it's just from his military.
You know what? I legit have my military duffel bag and a couple go bags, and they're equally as tough as nails. I all my military stuff I could put on right now, and size wise I'm not sure about.
Now,
but
you have the bag, but you said you have a go bag. Do you have a go bag?
Not with go in it, but a go bag. What we called a go bag.
Right, but have you ever considered building one?
No, not really.
Especially in the last 4 to 5 months, I've been kind of getting inspired to set up and build a go bag. Here's the main problem with the said go bag. I'm also going to need my backpack that has my clothes and stuff in it, because my go bag has nothing but tactical gear and stuff for emergencies.
I need a carry-on.
Yeah, I'm going to need another bag so that I have my go bag full of stuff. Plus, there's no way that's going to get on any kind of plane.
Yeah.
It's chock full of blades and fishing gear and stuff.
I figure when that point in the world happens, it's going to be chaos anyway, and you got to fight. The more crap you have, the more you got to fight for. So just scrounge.
This was something that actually came up in conversation recently. It's like, so today, for example, and I found this out through my 12-year-old. So I don't know if there's a set time it's supposed to happen, but today is the rapture.
Oh, is it?
So get excited for that. Jesus is coming. Look busy.
I missed the
apparently
Google calendar thing.
Apparently, this is the day. It's the autumnal equinox. The autumnal equinox happened, I think, last night.
Okay.
And today is the first full day of Rosh Hashanah, I believe. Also the first, or the day of what they call the 7 trumpets.
Okay.
The day of 7 trumpets.
All right.
And it's biblically, it's one of those days where potentially something like a spiritual rapture thing could happen.
Okay.
So,
right,
so get ready.
I will be on the lookout.
But that being said, if, say, for example, the rapture happened and we were just left to our own devices here on Earth, would you be one of those that would want to survive as long as possible, or would you just basically give up and be like, I'm just going to do my thing the way I do it, and when they come for me, they come for me?
I'm
it's a tougher question than you'd think, because I've always been of the mindset, it's like, well, I want to fight as long as I can, but for what?
I would say I'm going to survive.
You're gonna fight?
I mean, to find fighting. I mean, what are we talking about?
I'm talking about carrying on, pack a bag full of 2 days worth of water and some food, and then
I'm gonna
grab a machete and head out and see if you can find food.
That's what I'm gonna do.
That mindset. Or you just kind of roll over and be like, well, this is it. I'm just gonna get comfortable and wait for the end.
Oh, no. I'm gonna walk around and try to find stuff and.
Because, and this is the thing, I've always been of that mindset. I want to forage. I want to, I've been putting together all these tools. I might as well use them.
Yeah.
That being said, the point that was brought up that made me go, is for what? Like, yeah, the potential that things could get back to some semblance of normalcy. And obviously I would fight for my kids.
Right.
But
I'm not fighting for government to restore. I'm just fighting to live. I'm just like, hey, my life, put it this way. Whatever happens, life goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's World War or Armageddon or a zombie apocalypse or whatever, my job is to keep breathing. So that's what I'm going to do.
And then I get that mindset of, it's like, how is my skill going to come in handy later on? I guess they could put me on the loudspeaker because I enunciate. So there's that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just, this is,
they're going to need good voices for, propaganda. So that's how I keep my career. I'm going to be the guy making the propaganda.
No, I'm going to be the guy in the woods, with the cabin, and I'm just going to live and do my thing. And when strangers approach, give them a dirty eyeball and eat them.
I don't know you. I can just see Mike wearing a pelt.
Show up on my encampment. I'm going to be nice to you, and then I'm going to turn you into stew.
I don't know if I'd be reduced to breaking down human parts.
Well, I don't know what stage you're at.
I would definitely make sure I had a property where I could, dispose of who and what I needed to.
I'm going to wait till I'm out of ramen and canned goods first. But, once I'm out of the ramen packets and the canned food
Mike's just going to have a bunch of nondescript cans on his shelf. Could be beans.
That's right.
Could be pudding.
Beets tonight, kids.
We're having veg all, guys.
Cranberry sauce. It's not even the gelled.
See, my mindset is I want to have just like a couple of weeks of that Last Man on Earth. Like, I'm going to find a car with half a tank of gas and see where it takes me.
Some rich guy's house with a bunch of movies and things. Hot tub.
Right. Find one of those houses where the guy builds the slide from the second floor to the first, and then that's going to be my territory. Those places have nice fences. I mean, that should keep out a few.
If you lock down a grocery store.
Oh, right. Yeah, I would imagine you'd probably be best.
Of course, you only got meat for so long until there's no power, depending on power and everything, obviously.
Now, imagine locking down a Sam's Club. Like, if you got access to a warehouse of
you'd spend half your time defending it, though. That's the problem.
Well, that and also, shopping. I'm just trying to find pants that I like.
Help me with this patio set.
We're setting up an inflatable for the kids around back.
I need 7 number 10 cans of pinto beans and that patio set.
Number 10 cans.
In the case of Insure, please.
In the case of Insure.
All right, let me give you the rundown for today's show. Ooh, trail mix.
I will never turn down some Gorp. Good old raisins and peanuts. You kidding me?
You know what, though? There's still going to be people in there handing you free samples. Like,
hello, sir. Would you like to try this?
Would you like to try this cranberry smoothie?
Do you have any idea what's happening out there? Sir, I'm just here to offer you samples.
This is a Yoplait yogurt.
I love the idea that in the apocalypse, there'll still be the sample guys.
Are you 21? I don't think it matters right now. Just give me the wine.
Oh.
All right, let me give you the rundown. I can't believe they're out of broccoli rabe.
Wait, 10 minutes for these mini raviolis to cook. Dang it.
All right. Larry Martin joined us yesterday from Literacy Council talking about their Knowledge Bowl, which is this Sunday at the Joy Center. So we're going to play that interview for you and get you to hopefully partner up and join up and sign up a team. It's a lot of fun. And it's a big fundraising event for the Literacy Council, too. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to have our second City Council candidate interview. Kendrick Smith. Kendrick Smith is running for City Council in Ward 3. So we will talk with Kendrick here in the 8 o'clock hour. And then Fair is on its way. We are days away from the Eastern New Mexico State Fair. On Monday is the Fair Parade. Adrian in Bragsdale is going to join us from the Fair to talk about all about the parade and entries and where to go and what to do and what to expect. So that'll be in the 9 o'clock hour.
Should be good.
And, of course, we'll have all of your features that include the news of the local national variety, Wall Street business updates, boats, and whatever else we can come up with. for today's show.
Too much sports.
That's right. So much sports. Here's your weather. We got rain chances. Like tonight, we might get wet tonight. The way this thing's saying, which you know how that goes. Like the higher the chance, the less we actually get. But they're saying like a 50% tonight. We'll see.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore with your Pecos Valley weather. Plenty of sunshine will be building in for Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia for today, and highs are on their way from the upper 80s to the middle 90s. Now, throughout the afternoon time and into tonight, there are some chances for widely scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, too. With a system sliding through, we could see some locally heavier rain. Please be careful as you're heading out and about. Those overnight lows are dropping between 60 and 65. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore.
Thank you, Jennifer. Currently 62 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 90%. Winds currently out of the northwest at 6 miles per hour. For today, sunny skies, a high of 89 expected. Winds be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we do have a front moving in. There is a 50% chance at scattered showers and thunderstorms. They're talking between the hours of 9 p.m. tonight and 3 in the morning. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 60. 60 for an overnight low. That's close to hitting 50s for overnight low, which tomorrow night they're expecting to hit 50s. It's getting a little colder, folks. Overnight lows in the 50s. That makes me happy. I don't know why, it just does. It's one step closer to crisper weather. But anyway, overnight low of 60. Winds will be out of the east, 5 to 15 miles per hour. They say we could get anywhere between a tenth and a quarter of an inch unless we get an actual thunderstorm rolling through. Then those numbers would tick up a bit. Mostly cloudy for your Wednesday, a high of only 75. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, clear skies, overnight low 56. Yeah, chilly overnight. Winds will be out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny, 83 for a high. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, clear, overnight low of 59 degrees. Friday, it's mostly sunny, back up into the upper 80s, 88 for a high on Friday. Friday night, there is a 20% chance at showers with an overnight low of 61. And there's chances for the weekend as well. 30% chance of rain Saturday afternoon, otherwise partly cloudy and a high of 85. 30% Saturday night with an overnight low of 61 degrees. And then Sunday, we're looking at a 30% chance, partly cloudy and 82. And then a 20% for day one of fair. Partly cloudy, 79 for a high. So actually weather-wise, as long as I don't get that rain thing, sunny and 79, that should be beautiful weather for watching a parade on Monday. So that sounds pretty good to me. All right, 7:23. Let's go ahead and take a 2.5-minute break. We'll get you Roswell Livestock Report recap as well with Smiley Wooten. And then on the other side, we're going to play our interview we had yesterday with Larry Martin from the Roswell Literacy Council talking about their Big Knowledge Bowl this Sunday at the Joy Center. That's up next. Don't go away.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 1,249 head of cattle sold on Monday on the steady to higher market with excellent buyer attendance compared to last week. Stocker calves sold 8 to 12 higher, feeder cattle steady to 5 higher, packer cows and bulls sold steady. 3 to 400 pound steers 315 to 605, 3 to 400 pound heifers 465, 495, 4 to 500 pound steers 480, 515. 4 to 500 pound heifers 422, 465, 5 to 600 pound steers 415, 480, 5 to 600 pound heifers 385, 422, 6 700 pound steers 375, 415, 6 to 700 pound heifers 345, 385, 7 800 pound steers 325, 375, 7 800 pound heifers 287, 345. Packer cows 160, 180. Canner and cutter cows 150, 155. Packer bulls $2, 207. Feeder bulls 170, 185. Top half the bred cows, top half the cow calf pairs $3,200, $3,500 per pair. Top half the bred cows $2,800, $3,200 per head. Now remember, this is the top of the market and prices range down from this according to quality, quantity, condition, and feel. We do appreciate the business. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Summertime is the right time to move on into the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop. The Cow is an authorized handy quilter long-arm dealer. They make their own quilts, shirts, and rope bowls right at the Cow. Come in and check out all the summer fabrics plus stellar fabrics for our interstellar travelers. The Cow has brother sewing machines with warranties on sale now, and they can fix and perform maintenance on all brands. So log on to RoswellQuilting.com to order. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the Cow.
Pecos Valley Broadcasting has immediate entry and experience level and radio and live stream video sales executive positions open in Artesia and Carlsbad. You'll work with our amazing team to build and maintain accounts and dive into advertising and marketing promotions. Experience in sales is preferred and bilingual opportunities are available. Base guarantee plus bonuses and commissions. Apply now. Email your details or resume to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Take your career to the next level with Pecos Valley Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
Excuse me, in studio this morning. Today, wearing his Roswell Literacy Council hat. Larry Martin back with us. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning.
We're days away from this year's Knowledge Bowl with the Roswell Literacy Council. For folks not familiar, the Roswell Literacy Council, which is a great organization that helps individuals and youth groups and things to get anything from literate to becoming where they can read and read at an appropriate grade level. But not only that, but helping folks set the table to go get their GEDs or high school equivalencies, or even English as a second language, or even helping folks go through the process of doing everything to get their citizenship. A lot of stuff, and they do all of this free of charge. All these services, anybody that comes to the door asking for this kind of help, they help them free of charge. Well, it's not free of charge to provide these services for all these folks. So their big fundraiser each year is the Knowledge Bowl. It's kind of a fun way to make some money, raise some money for a great organization here, and you get to come in here and show off your knowledge skills in kind of a general trivia. Team of up to 5 members will compete in a trivia contest where the questions could be anything from world history to sports to pop culture to pretty much any kind of general knowledge type stuff. And winner is, gets a lot of bragging rights. And matter of fact, Larry was just telling me they've been doing this for 20 years. You see the pictures on the wall of the different Knowledge Bowl champions over the years and everything. So this is kind of a almost become an annual prestigious event here for Roswell, the annual Knowledge Bowl. So, but Larry, this is we got 1 week left, or a little less than a week to sign your teams up. Are you signing up? Can they sign up on Sunday if need be here?
If they have to. Of course, we only have 40 chairs or 40 tables.
So
we've never reached 40. But so if you show up, it is a fundraiser. But if you show up Sunday afternoon with 5 guys and $100, you'll get in.
There you go.
I guarantee it.
But we would love to. It's a lot of fun. I've done it for several years. It's a lot of fun. You come and get to compete, and it's a lot of socializing. You get to meet a lot of different teams, and the competition's usually pretty fun. You get, because it's fun and jovial, but also it's a little serious. I mean, people want to win, and they want to say that it's nice to be known as smart, I think, and winning things like this. You're like, yeah, see, we're Knowledge Bowl champs, But it's a lot of fun, and it's not high pressure, high stress. It's just fun. People having a good time on a Sunday afternoon. Now, it will be this Sunday, September 28th, from 2 to 4 p.m., and it's going to be at the Joy Center on Montana there, 1822 North Montana. The teams are, like you said, you can have up to 5. So if you don't have 5, you only got 4 or whatever, that's okay. I will tell you the way to go is try to find 5 people and kind of, I would round it out to different expertise levels. Like if you got a person that's really good with sports trivia, let's put them on the team. If you got a history buff, let's throw them on the team. If you got a pop culture, and I'm telling you right now, it's not a bad idea to have a younger person to hit you with the more pop and newer stuff, because I know, if you get a bunch of people like me in your 50s or 60s or 40s that, what's relevant today is kind of passed us by, you might miss out on a question or two. So put some youth on your team too. Don't age and wisdom isn't always the best route sometimes. Sometimes you need a little fresh perspective. But anyway, get that team of 5 up and then have some fun. But it's the actual contest will start at 2. Check-in time is about 1:45. You can get there a few minutes early. Cost is $100 per team, and again, that is all going back to the Roswell Literacy Council to pay for all the programs and things that they do to help people become literate and get their citizenships, and helping them find their diploma, find their DSLs, all that good, or CDL, or dang it, I can't get the high school equivalency. I can't get any of that right. GED, thank you. I'm like CDL, AFL, CIO, whatever, the thing they get.
I don't think we don't give the CDL.
No.
Drivers, right?
But you can't get a CDL without knowing to read. I know that. You got to be able to read the sign.
Very true. You got to read English now. Jeez.
But yeah, so it all goes to those programs, and they'll start the contest right at 2:00. And like you said, this year we were just talking, because normally Larry is like the quiz master general for the Knowledge Bowl. He's usually the guy that created the questions and creates all that. But you have passed the baton to the professionals on that. The Mind Pro Trivia guys are going to be kind of running your trivia side this time. So does that mean you get to compete, Larry?
No, I'm not going to compete.
You're not going to put a team in there?
No, I've seen some of the questions. In fact, I gave them 100 questions that I had come up with. So they'll use some of them.
So you kind of gave them an idea of what you're looking for, and they kind of okay.
Plus, I basically will maintain order,
You'll be the...
And we promote each... if you have a team, if you're a lawyer, send your kids up here. We'll promote the lawyer firm,
Oh, yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah, that's what we'd love. If you're an organization or a nonprofit or a civic group or, like I said, or a business. And by the way, the school teams can enter for free.
Right.
So if you want to put together a high school or middle school of students that want to do it, there is no entry fee for those teams there. But you do need to register and let us know you're coming, because like I said, we only got 40 tables available. So once they're full, they're full.
I also left a flyer with almost every church in town.
Okay.
So if you go to church, ask your pastor or your business manager, whatever you happen to have there, secretary.
Or both.
Form a team. Get 5 kids or 5 adults.
Yeah.
Any way you want to do it. It's fun. I stress that this is fun. We always spend half the time laughing.
I would say it's a social event as much as a contest.
Some of the questions are way out there, but they're not stupid. You got to know the fact.
Sure.
So, and there's no question about it that there's only one answer. We don't accept any arguments.
There is no
we may invite,
open to interpretation.
Yeah, we might invite the police to put in a team, and then we can maintain order.
There you go. There we go. Can you come in uniform?
You bet.
Maybe, you know what? I'm just saying, we can battle the badges out. Maybe the sheriff's department puts a team in, RPD puts a team, state police put a team in. While we're at it, fire department, let's throw one of them teams in, or EMS put a team in there, or dispatchers. Now make sure this is covered on Sunday. Make sure we're not, pulling guys off trucks or nothing on Sunday. Well, in case there's actual emergencies during that time.
They can leave real quick.
Yeah, Well, maybe we can give them a designate. They can like a pinch hitter. Like if they have to go on a call, they can bring in a pinch hitter to fill in while they go on the call or something like that.
Well, it's at the Joy Center, and we occasionally have need for a emergency down there.
You know what?
They know where it is.
I was about to say, they got their own parking spot.
Almost. And we like to promote the Joy Center too, because it gives us a nice place to do it.
Absolutely, they're very kind.
They don't charge us, and we don't we clean it up, and we take care of it, and they help us out.
Yeah, it's very nice of them to just donate the facility free, because like you said, every bit of this event, all the money's raised goes back to these programs for the year and stuff. So it's so nice that the Joy Center says, no, you can use this for free. That'll save a couple $100 right there. That goes back to programs. So that is a huge blessing that they do for. So.
And our expenses are minimum, but we do need occasional volunteer tutors. If you're retired or you feel like you can handle English, in particular, as a second language, and I tutored math out at the Challenge when they need us. So we have, I'd say, 10 to 12 tutors that can participate. But we can always use someone else if you want to contribute to the community.
That's a great way. Like, again, you I always tell people, get involved and pick your thing, pick your passion. I don't care if it's youth sports or, maybe in this case, literacy. Come out and volunteer at the Literacy Council. Good news is they train you, so you don't have to be a retired teacher. I mean, sure. If you're a retired teacher, someone that is a professional educator and did it for a living, we would love to have your services. But that being said, that's not a requirement. They do teach you kind of how to go. There's lesson books and things, and they teach you how to do all that. But if you feel comfortable in, like, obviously your grammar and English is up to snuff. You talk good.
Until I get mad.
Yeah, you talk and write good. And read good. Sorry, that was a joke.
Gotcha.
But no, but they would love to have more volunteers to do that, and obviously, folks, because schedules are flexible, and that's why the more the merrier. A lot of the work happens around people's work schedules. Sometimes, the tutoring's in the evenings or on the weekends when people are available and things like that. So we'd like to have a pool of people in different, this person's available nights. This person's available during the day. This person can be available on Sundays if need be or whatever. We'd love to have enough stable folks like that. But Larry's right. Retired teachers, educators, if, you do your 20 and you're like, I want to get back or you know what? I get it. My wife being a teacher, like, I love teaching, but I don't want a class of 30 kids or 20 kids again. I don't want that. But you know what? A one-on-one situation, that would be very fulfilling for me. Or maybe we can do that. And I'm sure Larry could use some help if any retired or math teachers out there to go help out with the Youth Challenge or any of that stuff. I'm sure the more the merrier there, too. So. But if you'd like to donate time that way, and even if you're like, I love this and I'm very good, but I don't really have a teaching background, okay. Well, we can help out with that a little bit. If you've got the patience and the desire, we can put the rest in you.
Yeah, we have several books for GED and basic math, basic English.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we have computers. We have a new system that the school has.
Okay.
That we spent some bucks on, and I'm not that familiar with it, but it's a touch board, and it's really effective.
Good deal.
So, and we have the building. Obviously, you come over and it's comfortable. We have running water and toilets, so we're modern.
Yeah.
And
a dedicated learning facility there, so you can meet there and
you can arrange times with a tutor, and we'll get you in. You can sit in a nice, comfortable place.
Yeah, and conversely, if you're a person that quite frankly is not up to snuff on reading literate, or you're trying to pursue your citizenship or saying, I do need to get my GED. How do I start that path? Come walk through the Literacy Council's door. Let's talk. Let's get you where you need to be, and every story is different. It's anything we've heard it all from, folks that are seniors that they've kind of navigated life, but now their grandkids and so they're kind of like, I need to do this for my grandkids, or, we get that to life happens. You get it. You worked for there's so many stories of you worked on the ranch or worked at the farm and they went to school till about 6th grade. And then, life got busy. And then, so, now you come back in life and, that those kinds of things happen all the time or, it just doesn't click. School never clicked for me. It didn't, and I faked it till I made it kind of thing. And I'm tired of doing that. I want to fix, that's those kind of stories happen all the time that come through. Or it's literally, yes, I want to become a U.S. citizen. I want to, I want to get that. Or like you said, I got this close, didn't finish my GED, and I'm still, I'm finding out it would be really helpful to get a job. I've been trying to get jobs and I can't get anything above minimum wage or fast food because I don't have a GED. I don't have any anything to prove that I am a reliable employee. So I need to do that. That whatever your reason to walk through those doors, please walk through those doors.
Yeah.
So, but
let me add that this is the first time we've had it in the fall. We usually have it, and we will have another one after the Super Bowl. That's where the bowl comes in. Sometime in late March or late February or March.
Early spring, late winter, however
some
you
day
look
before
at it.
basketball and after football.
Yes. Well,
Sunday's open.
If New Mexico's New Mexico, and by February we should be pushing 80. So.
I heard you say low 60s.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Open the windows.
But it always seems like in February you're like, why is it unseasonably warm here? And then in March, all of a sudden we get a snow shower. So that's New Mexico.
Let me see. We're open. The office is open Tuesday through Thursday. We're limited due obviously to expenses.
Sure.
But we own our own building, and we rent part of it off to the Red Cross.
Yeah,
which is a nice organization. We help them; they help us.
Well, they're good at emergencies, allegedly. Those Red Cross guys. They're always so prepared.
They're not there very often. They're out doing something.
I was about to say usually they're we are a region of a lot of emergency needs here lately, with between fires and floods and fires and more of that. And it's just. Red Cross is probably overextended at this point around here. So
let me give a phone number here. Local number is 575, obviously. 625-1369.
Okay.
So if you call that and get generally Cecilia's there, and she can answer questions.
Yeah.
Set you up. We're often looking for people to serve on the board, so that I've been there 6 years. I don't mind it. It's not hard work for me. Someone else does all the work. But we give advice and.
That board keeps with a strong board, that really makes the organization flow that much better. So they're always looking for fresh faces, fresh ideas to serve on that board. Because sky's the limit. If you're thinking, I love what you guys are doing. What if we did this? Come talk to us on the board. Let's. Listen, maybe we can do some things
that
different.
Kind of reminds me that I went to the Kiwanis Club the other day recruiting them, and the Lions Club won last year. Now there's the Rotary and the Optimist, Altrusa, a lot of service clubs in this town that are looking for members. So if you're sitting at home and you're getting near retirement age and you're up over 50 or 60, and I mean, I'm not excluding young people, but if you're wondering what you can do for the community, look at one of these clubs. Go to the, my brain just went blank there.
Well, you're absolutely right, though. I mean, we do have a bevy of these, like you said, the Kiwanis, Altrusans, the Elks, the various optimists.
Yeah. And they're always looking for members. So I mean, if you're bored with life, get off your tail and.
They're also social groups as much as they are service groups. So,
but they all do something.
Yeah,
they just don't meet for lunch.
Yeah,
they all do something.
They do. They serve goals. They have fundraising events, or pick your organizations, or even. Maybe it's a different type. I love pets. All right, go help out the Humane Society, or go. You volunteer at the animal control. They're always looking for folks over there, or go, whatever your passion is, get out there and get involved. And I get what you're saying. Yeah, generally speaking, people in their 50s, 60s, and so on, they start thinking about retirement times, a little bit more free time in their hands. That's why you say, but it's also that social. If you are retired and you're, you know how retiree gets, you can kind of isolate yourself. You're not going to work every day. Your social life dwindles a little bit. This is a great way to kind of perk that up. Get involved with a civic group, make some new friends, and now you have some more lunch dates and various others. Next thing you know, those folks, while you're working on your civic events together, and then you're hanging out socially and making some friends, and that's all healthy too. So I would argue joining one of these service groups or volunteering feeds your own soul more than the help you actually are providing to the people that your organization does.
I've been to several meetings and groups, and they all help each other.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's the main thing. My wife mentioned one time how she used to walk dogs down to the Humane Society.
Mm-hmm. And they still do that when the weather's nice.
Yeah.
When it's too hot, they don't let you do it, but you can hang out inside with them. But like times like this where maybe, I don't know if we're too warm or not right now, but But like right now, if you walk, I bet, because it's cool, let's go walk some dogs and they always looking for volunteers to do that.
I drive for the veterans drivers.
They're always looking for
and they're
more.
always looking for drivers.
That's such a great, and tell your friends that live in all of southeast New Mexico, because they need drivers all over from Carlsbad.
But you should be aware of this. It's a service. It's free.
And they get veterans to their doctor's appointments in Albuquerque or Lubbock or Artesia or wherever if they have to go out of town to a doctor, those veterans transports will help those folks get there. And that's why they need drivers all over, because sometimes the vets live in Hobbs and they're coming to Roswell. And so they need a driver from Hobbs or vice versa, or, so not just here in Roswell, but if you know some folks that want to volunteer in all of southeast New Mexico, from I'm even thinking Lincoln County to Eddy County to Lee County, all the above there. So reach out. They do a great, and big thank you to the organizations that support them, because their vans and everything, that's a big expense. That's all taken care of. Their biggest need is drivers, to have a big stable of drivers. So at any given day, it's not the same six volunteers that are driving all over Southwest to get these folks.
Well, if you drive to Albuquerque, it's a full-day job.
Yeah.
So
that's
take some guy up there.
Yeah.
I'm going next week.
And sometimes an overnight, I've seen that turn into an overnight in the past, depending on the medical situations going on.
Send another van up the next day to pick them up.
I've seen it where sometimes they have to be admitted, or it happens from time to time. So, but again, another great organization to volunteer, and I would even use this as your civic organization, sign up and use this as a recruiting tool to come to the Knowledge Bowl and meet some of these other folks and say, hey, love what you're doing. Here's my card. If you want to, some folks that want to be veterans transports, if you want to know someone that wants to be in Kiwanis, come on down, or whatever it is.
That's an absolute good idea, because if you come to have a table and you want to bring some brochures, be my guest.
Yeah, do it. Let's do like you said, if civic organizations and business entities do sign up your team, we'll throw you some plugs out there. Hey, come and get the best sandwich in town over at so-and-so's, or whatever it is. That's we love that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, all of this is just to raise as much money as possible for the Literacy Council. This is such a great organization that really empowers the people that come through the doors, to allow them to be self-sufficient, to be self-empowering, to be able to enjoy life, because they have the skill sets to navigate it. And that's the best tool you can give, or gift you can give somebody. And
well, we use this as a fundraiser, but in reality, I like to see this as a major event in the city.
Mm-hmm.
30 to 40 competing teams with good questions, and Mind Probe is professional enough to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a comfortable location.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see, in all the schools, there's 9 high schools, counting Lake Arthur. And I'd like to see each one of them send a team.
Yeah.
And by next February, it'll be a big show. That's what we're looking for. So.
I would even imagine if we can make it where you have to do 2 versions. Like you have, I don't know, Knowledge Bowl Youth Edition, Knowledge Bowl Adult Edition, where there's enough high school and middle school teams where you're like, no, we got our own youth division now, where it's under 18 Knowledge Bowl, and then the old fogey note, whatever you call it. I would love to see it where we got such almost where it's that, and then you get, what, and what I'd really love is the schools get behind it, and then other literacy groups and councils start their own, and next thing you know, we've got regionals, and who knows, we have a state competition.
Nice. And there used to be a Knowledge Bowl on TV about 50 years ago.
Yeah, I remember a show called It's Academic that was very similar to that, and it had a national thing. I think we should bring something back, and put it in that kind of platform again, where they can see nationally. I would love it. Maybe tune in Saturday afternoons or Saturday mornings, and it's Knowledge Bowl. It's on TV, and they got the state championships. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be great.
That would be.
Let me clear up a little. If you're sitting at a table and you have the right answer, what Mind Probe does is you have a little whiteboard and you write the answer. And if it's when it gives the correct answer, you stick it up in the air and get points for it. And
Okay.
obviously, either I will or someone else will be validating the answer.
Gotcha.
But if you're ignorant and do not know the answer, no one points it out. No one says, "Hey,
No.
you dummy over in the corner."
Yeah, no.
We don't do anything like that.
No, it's all. It's all positive.
Yeah,
everything has. Now we have fun with it because sometimes people don't know the answer, and so they'll put an answer that induces a laugh on purpose, and that's okay. They know that's not the answer, but they had nothing better, and they said, "Well, we'll make a laugh out of this."
Well, Chris is running Mind Probe, and I think he knows. He knows how to handle it.
He'll keep that going, but yes, that's it's all fun, and it's really it's some and that's the cool thing is everybody is so social and fun, and even
refreshments.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't come a little hungry because you will be snacking. There's a lot of munching and a lot of.
We have a lot of volunteer donations from business for refreshments. It's like $50, $75 for them, and that's not a big deal for them. It's good promotion. We will promote them. Albertson's already said to do something.
And they usually put out a pretty big spread. Next thing you know, you're just noshing, and the whole time it's like. Next thing you know, it's like, all right, I gotta catch that next, but I kind of want some more chips and cookies. Hold on.
Yeah, and we do have a halftime, so you can go munch down.
They can refuel and load up here, but please sign up here again. It is happening this Sunday, September 28th, from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Roswell Joy Center, 1822 North Montana. Registration check-in times at 1:45. The actual bowl will begin promptly at 2 p.m. Cost is $100 per team. You can have up to 5 participants to be on your team. You don't need 5, but
if you're smart enough by yourself, come on in.
Come on in.
You.
You bring your team solo. Let's do it. You will be playing behind the 8 ball. I've yet to see a team of 1 or 2 take it.
No chance.
But. There's always a first, right? So come sign up to 5. And then, again, it's tax deductible and all that. So if you need the tax write-offs for your all that, no problems there. If you are a school team, if you're school students, like high school, middle school students, you can enter a team for free of up to 5. To sign up your teams, go ahead and call the Literacy Council at 575-625-1369. Again, 575-625-1369. Or you can come by 609 West 10th if you come during business hours there. If I remember correctly, you guys, the Literacy Council does have a Facebook page as well, too. Yes. Shoot a message on Facebook if you don't get an answer or something, and say hey, and Larry or somebody will definitely reach out to you and get you signed up for the Knowledge Bowl here.
Now, if you're in doubt, you make that phone call and register. You can pay at the door.
Okay, very good.
So we're not worrying about the money.
And also, by the way,
keep people honest, but we're not worrying about the money until we get it.
If you do happen to have the actual entry form or the flyer for the Knowledge Bowl, there's a QR code you can scan on that, and that'll open up the entry form for the Knowledge Bowl too. So if you are high tech, you can get a hold of that code and scan it real quick, and it'll take you right to the place where you can sign up and all that too. But again, they're going to be taking entries right up until, I guess, probably 1:59 on Sunday. So sign up your teams, but we are limited to 40 teams. But, usually we don't fill that. But I'd love it to be a first year. I'd love, that would be a good problem to have. So come join us. Come have some fun. Come ready to munch. Come ready to socialize. Come ready to compete, and come ready to have a good time. And come on, the Cowboys lost to the Bears this weekend. There's nothing exciting what the Cowboys are doing on Sunday.
Cowboys are playing that night.
So it's a night game, yes. So you're not even going to miss the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's right, they are the night game. I forgot about that. So it's going to be good. Come out and join us here. And then, of course, if you want to learn more about the Literacy Council, it's a great time to come out to the event. If you want to talk to Larry or any of the volunteers, that'll
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Sorello. Minute with the Mayor returns today. If you have any concerns about anything going on in Artesia, stop by the Kith and Kin this morning from 8:30 to 9:30 and talk to Mayor John Henry. If you cannot make this meeting, you can also attend the City Council meeting tonight. There is a period at the beginning of each council meeting where the public can speak directly to the council. The United Way of Eddy County held their Day of Caring event on Sunday. Volunteer teams from local companies worked on projects all throughout Eddy County, including multiple projects in Artesia. For one of these, a team from ConocoPhillips painted 3 walls along 8th Street. Additional projects took place at CASA, Haven of Hope, Written in Red, and Oasis Women's Services. And a reminder, the Black Wings exhibit is now on display at the Artesia Historical Museum. The traveling Smithsonian exhibit highlights contributions made by African-American pilots in aviation history. The entire museum, including this exhibit, are free to attend. The museum at 505 West Richardson Street in Artesia. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore with your Pecos Valley weather. Plenty of sunshine will be building in for Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia for today, and highs are on their way from the upper 80s to the middle 90s. Now, throughout the afternoon time and into tonight, there are some chances for widely scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, too. With a system sliding through, we could see some locally heavier rain. Please be careful as you're heading out and about. Those overnight lows are dropping between 60 and 65. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Boys soccer, we had a couple of teams that got some big lopsided victories on Saturday, and that included the Roswell Coyotes winning at Portales 11-1. The Coyotes now 9-4, and they will take on Lovington tonight at 6 o'clock. Lovington is 7-5. Meanwhile, NMMI KO'd Robertson on Saturday 10-1. The Colts get started with District this afternoon at 4 o'clock. They'll be hosting Socorro. NMMI is 6-5 on the season, while Socorro is 3-6. Goddard is in need of a victory, and they'll be playing Portales on the road on Saturday. That starts at noon. Goddard is 2-12. They are on a 6-game losing streak after falling last Saturday to Los Alamos 4-0. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The rally on Wall Street drove U.S. stocks to more records. The S&P 500 rose 0.4%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average added 66 points, or 0.1%, and the Nasdaq Composite climbed 0.7%. Spirit Airlines is preparing to furlough 1/3 of its flight attendants after filing for its second bankruptcy in a year. The airline will temporarily lay off about 1,800 flight attendants from its total strength of approximately 5,200 effective December 1st. Japanese automaker Nissan is developing vehicles with self-driving technology as it works to turn around its struggling auto business. Hershey has defeated a lawsuit claiming it misled consumers who were disappointed the Halloween-themed Reese's peanut butter candies they bought didn't have the decorative details shown on the labels. A federal judge ruled that the plaintiffs did not show they suffered economic harm. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When managing a chronic illness, access to the right treatments makes all the difference. Artesia General Hospital's Infusion Center provides IV therapy and biologic treatments, so you don't have to travel far for care. Expert infusion therapy right here in Artesia. Call 575-736-8256 today to learn more.
Support career and technical education programs for Chavez County. Support the ENMU Roswell Mill Levy. Supporting this mill levy would increase funding for career and technical education programs to prepare students for in-demand jobs in our area, strengthening the local economy and meeting community needs for healthcare professions and skilled laborers. Dual credit students from local high schools will benefit from expanded program options. Increase career and technical education in Chavez County. Support the ENMU Roswell Mill Levy on November 4th. Early voting begins October 7th. event, paid for by the E&MU Roswell Foundation.
September is Global Caring Month, and the dedicated Ford dealers across the country are conducting the world's largest food drive. Help Roswell Ford collect 400 pounds of food. They're loading up a pickup full of non-perishable food items and donating it locally to the Assurance Home. The Assurance Home helps at-risk and homeless teens between 12 and 18 years of age. Donate now through September 25th. The goal is 400 pounds of food, but we can do better. Let's fill that truck. Drop off your donation today at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
Town Hall, Arnett Thomason. There is a commonly used pain reliever fever reducer that President Trump advises women to avoid during pregnancy. It's acetaminophen,
which is basically commonly known as Tylenol.
The FDA notifying doctors that the use of acetaminophen during pregnancy can be associated with an increased risk of autism in children. It's a claim that Tylenol's maker disputes, though there are conflicting studies on the matter. The president is among world leaders gathered in New York for the UN General Assembly. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is warning that humanity has entered an age of reckless disruption and relentless human suffering. President Trump will soon address the gathering. He may touch on the Israel-Hamas conflict.
As global leaders gather at the United Nations this week, several U.S. allies, including Australia, Britain, Canada, and France, have announced support for a Palestinian state. The president is standing in solidarity with Israel, which adamantly opposes Palestinian statehood. The White House says the president feels such recognition won't win the release of hostages or end the war between Israel and Hamas.
White House correspondent Craig Clugston. In the face of pressure from the left, ABC is bringing back Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show tonight. The network suspended it last week following Kimmel's comments about Charlie Kirk's assassin. Meanwhile, a second prominent Republican has joined the pushback against FCC Chairman Brandon Carr.
Former Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he agrees with Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who accused the FCC of overstepping its bounds with regard to the controversy over comments made by ABC late-night host Jimmy Kimmel.
And that's correspondent Bob Agnew. On Wall Street this hour, stocks are mixed. The Dow is up almost 300 points. The Nasdaq Composite Index down 57, and the S&P trading 5 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The Federal Reserve just cut interest rates.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Plead guilty in the death of a black inmate, 43-year-old Robert Brooks.
The pleas came Monday. 2 guards pleading guilty to first-degree manslaughter, 2 others pleading guilty to second-degree manslaughter. Brooks was beaten while handcuffed at Marcy Correctional Facility in December. The incident caught on body cam. He'd been serving a 12-year sentence for assault. 10 guards were charged in February. The first plea in the case came in May when a guard charged with murder pleaded guilty to manslaughter. Later that month, another guard pleaded guilty to attempted tampering with physical evidence. The remaining 4 of the 10 guards go on trial in October. Julie Walker, New York. 5
teenagers wounded in a shooting at an apartment complex in El Paso, Texas. Police say a group in an outdoor area within the complex appeared to be about to get into a fight last night. Someone started shooting into the crowd. A 15-year-old is in police custody. News and analysis, townhall.com. If you were betting on gambling in a Big Apple casino, you lose.
Plans to build New York City's first full-service casino have run out of luck. A local panel rejecting the last of 3 Manhattan proposals, vying for one of the new state licenses to operate a casino in the huge market. That proposal was for a 6-acre deal near the UN. A plan to build a Caesar's Palace in Times Square and another for a resort on Manhattan's west side were also voted down. A number of clergy groups and family associations had rallied against the casino idea. Jason Walker reporting.
Tech giant Oracle will spearhead a new joint venture being formed to assume control of TikTok in the U.S. The popular video platform is currently owned by Chinese firm ByteDance that's raised security and privacy concerns. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelers and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes, welcome to it.
Yeah, we made it to the second day. You got through Monday.
That's right.
Got there. We're here. We're got it for many. Youth especially. 3-day weekend coming up with, of course, Fair Day on Monday. And hopefully everyone goes out and watches the parade and then books it on out to the fairgrounds and starts riding the rides and seeing the shows and doing all that stuff. So.
I got a friend who's actually going to be in the parade this year.
Nice.
I remember my my parade days. It's not the most fun experience in the world. The lineup,
the parade itself is fun, but the lead up to it and afterwards. Because this is why, and I think you were part of a few of these too, where usually Sean and I are guys like us sit in the back, sitting in a big radio and we'll wave at the crowd. Sometimes we get to talk, sometimes we don't, just depends. And so we sit back there, and then usually what happens, some years, now we don't, but in some years we used to take the trailer that was in the parade.
Haul it out to the fair.
So it sits out there for the week for broadcast. And whenever the parade would end, they wouldn't stop and let us out.
No, they would just start driving at full speed. Now, bear in mind, we're sitting on stools.
Yeah, we're not in car chairs or nothing. We're really sitting on bar stools.
It's like we had Taco Bell the night before. We're sitting on loose stools.
Yes, we were.
Yes, we were.
And if we weren't, it started. It was by the end.
But yeah, it was. With no warning, he just takes off. And in fairness, he was going a relatively, respectable
he wasn't
speed.
he
wasn't like gunning it.
But he's doing 35, 40 down Main Street, or whatever the speed limit is.
Well, that's the thing is where the parade stops is just before that big Y that you have to take a gigantic turn that nobody warns you about.
And so we're back here getting looking like a couple of socks in a dryer getting turned around in there. And for years, that was a thing. And then, of course, we'd have to be out there at 6:30, 7 in the morning. And you don't, and we were always the last.
Yeah, we brought up entry. The rear or was pretty close to it.
So even when the parade started at 10, it was darn near 11 before we moved.
If you've ever been in like the school pickup situation where you have to do that thing where you have to let other people in, that's basically what it feels like. Is you're moving, but you're moving at like a mile an hour, if that.
Yeah, and so it's just the waiting, the hurry up and waiting, and then of course the tumbleweeding at the end. But the actual parade itself is fun. You get out there and wave, and it's like the years, especially the years where we had ability to talk to the crowd. Those are always
when they rigged up the PA, that was pretty cool.
Because people don't realize you can see them. And I say things like, "Chili burger, huh?" And I just just comment on something they're doing or eating. And
that is one of my favorite things to do in the boom. We call it the boomer. It's a big boom box.
Yeah.
Is to look out that window that nobody can look into, really. But the problem is, in order to get like a good vision of what's happening, you have to keep at least I do. I have to keep
rubbernecking.
So I'm doing this, trying to people watch, and God forbid if you can actually see inside and see what I'm doing, I just look like I'm having some sort of stroke.
It's like a baby chick waiting for the mama to drop him a worm.
Always a good time.
But yeah, but
I remember the first year that I worked here at Pecos Valley Broadcasting, we were doing the Milkman Triathlon.
Oh yeah,
I was doing a live broadcast from, but they wanted us at the start and at the finish.
Yeah.
So like mid broadcast, and I'm like in the middle of doing a break, they start hauling the trailer away. I'm like, okay, I guess this is happening.
I've done that too.
Yeah.
I've been on a remote where we were literally went from one location. It was like a poker run or something we were doing a remote for, where they started one thing and whatever, and we were literally like, all right, we're on the poker run. It was fun. It was a hot mess.
From the perspective of somebody who's into radio and into kind of how it works, it is really like awesome to be like, I'm broadcasting while we're moving. That's a cool concept, but at the same time, it doesn't come without its costs.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, it's always that is kind of the fun thing when you do at the fairs. You get to people watch and everything and see and I'm guessing, because I haven't done it with the more high-techy techs that we got stuff now. Because on our radio, they'll be out at the fair. They're going to have like a couple TVs hooked up to it and be showing like football games and stuff on there. And so those TVs are mounted right below where your looky-loo area, right?
Which is hilarious because I'm not really sure what they're watching, but they'll queue up and just start. Last year, they were
like a one-way mirror.
Well, last year they were showing a volleyball game.
Or two-way mirror, yeah.
And it was just a cluster, and I say this with all due respect, of broccoli-headed teenage boys just happily watching the volleyball action together.
So interested in volleyball all of a sudden, yeah. To be young.
Yes, to be young and to also be able to pull off that hairstyle.
Yeah, I wish I had that kind of hair. I don't anymore.
You know what's weird or what's funny is so apparently the butt cut that we beloved was loved here in the 90s. It's like moved to Korea.
Oh yeah?
Because so the band BTS, okay, K-pop band, they have these little figurines that they're giving out in the Happy Meals now at McDonald's. And every single one of them that we've gotten has the perfect 50-50 split down the center, flowing butt cut hairstyle.
Okay.
I'm
now
jealous.
Now they got to complete the look with the hair feathered on the side.
Right.
Like it's got to be butt cutted and feathered.
Yeah. No, that's the thing is I think it's just because of the way their hair grows and it's just too heavy and it just hangs.
To get the true 80s look, you have to butt cut and feather.
Butt cut and feather. That sounds like a country line dance. Butt cut and feather.
Butt cut to the left now. To the right. Now feather.
Feather 3 times. Feather, feather, feather. cha-cha real smooth. I have probably performed that dance more times in my adult life than any other activity that I've done.
Which dance?
The cha-cha slide, or the cha-cha slide. Because literally every daddy-daughter function I've been to, every kids party that I've been to, not to mention every single one of the weddings that I've DJ'd, or like, reunions or whatever it happens to be, they always play that song because it will make everybody not like even queue up and line up and dance,
right?
But just wherever they happen to be scattered around the field,
right,
will just start doing the dance, and you end up seeing people just bumping into each other and just horrible accidents happening, and it's a good time. It's a good time for the DJ.
I feel like now that you say, like, because I was thinking, I think I've done more than my fair share of chicken dances over the years.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Because you're from that part of the country.
Yeah.
There's like a weird, like not even like the Mason-Dixon or whatever, but like a weird line in the country where we go from the cha-cha slide to the chicken dance. And it just eases in. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done my fair share of chicken dances too. But yeah, it's not nearly as popular in this neck of the woods.
Sometimes that song just burns right in my head.
I think it's when you start getting over into polka country.
Maybe.
Like your Wisconsins, your the northern areas.
Where they eat a lot of baked cheeses and meats.
a lot of heavy cold cuts. Squeaky cheeses.
Pizzas on bread loaves.
Dude, there is, and I'm dying to go. There's in I think it's in where is it's in Pennsylvania, I think.
Okay.
It is I think one of, if not the last remaining smorgasbord in North America.
Really?
And it's the world's largest or the nation's largest buffet. This thing end to end is like 2 football fields, basically.
Wow.
It's huge. And it's relatively, reasonably priced for what you're getting. And it's just nonstop, just like different kinds of food, but a lot of also Amish food and like,
oh dang.
Yeah, like that kind of like
home cooked Amish?
like stews.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be eating.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, I'm sure there's just 2 football fields of nasty.
I exaggerate with 2 football fields, but
I'll take some of the yeller and don't be stingy.
Well, from what I've heard, Smorgasbord, Pennsylvania, it's called the Shady Maple.
Okay,
is the name of this place, and it's a smorgasbord, and the buffet is like between $20 and $30, give or take.
Okay,
so it's not quite that big, but what they do is they split it for 2 sides. So like each side is exactly the same.
Okay.
So you're basically, that way you don't have to like walk from like, one massive side to the other. You have like all of your different selections, but they go this way.
Gotcha.
So, but from like, they've got everything.
Sounds delightful.
On this menu.
Sounds delightful.
And that's on my bucket list.
Well, as soon as you said Amish, I'm like, oh yeah, I know they cook.
Most people want to, bungee jump for their bucket list. Mine is just like a series of restaurant experiences I want to have.
Like, you know what? Like, I'm not a fan of eating foods that sit on shelves and jars for long periods of time.
Well, that's where you and I differ.
But if Amish people are doing it, I'm like, I'll dip a toe in it.
Mm-hmm. They don't mess around.
I know
there's a reason they call Midwestern people corn fed.
And see, I'm used to the Pennsylvania, because that's where I grew up near that. And matter of factly, in Maryland, where I grew up in Waldorf, about 30, 40 minutes south of me, that's Amish country down there. There's an Amish market down there, and you literally go down the highway, and on occasion there's a buggy going down the road there.
And if you're in Amish country and you see a horse-drawn buggy and you see a guy behind the horse with his hand halfway up the horse's keister, that's a mechanic.
Yeah. Blinker fluid.
They don't have the the warning flashers, so they just have an Amish person on each side just holding up a lantern real quick.
But they used to have on Saturdays, or was it Saturdays or the whole weekend? Anyway, it was like an Amish market.
Okay.
But at first, like when I was younger, it was an Amish market. It was just Amish and the produce and some of their crafts and fairs and what have you. Right. All good stuff. as I got older into teenage years, it evolved where it turned into like two markets. Like they still had half of it that was Amish products and foods and that part.
Sure.
But then it went into the world of bootleg DVDs and knockoff Rolexes and Adidas shirts and Calvin Klein cologne and Chanel Channel 5 instead of Chanel number 5.
Ducey and Gabbana.
Yeah. Get your probably Simpson shirt that was not marching or by that time.
That was one of the more depressing things. When I went to Romania, we were staying in Transylvania, the county or whatever, and we got to go to the castle, to the Vlad the Impaler's castle. And you pull up in your van or whatever, and then there's this long walk up this switchback. But right as you get to like where like the main walk up to the castle is, there's like this tent, and these people are just selling like balsa wood toys and like shirts with t-shirts with Vlad the Impaler's picture on it. And it's like this feels cheap.
Right.
Like this experience is something, but this feels weird.
We're about to take you to a time thousands of years ago. But first,
when's the last time you watched The Kings of Comedy?
That's right.
We got it right here on DVD. Never mind the fact that the DVD itself doesn't have a label. We didn't have that kind of time.
Yeah. Well, it happens. So, I mean, I had to see Aztec ruins, but I sat in the shadiest of restaurants waiting for the band to pick me up to take me to the Aztec ruins, and that was one of those days. I'm like, this is how Americans get abducted.
This is how people end up as news stories.
And I'm sitting there at this table, and I was like, I got to buy something. Wait, right? What do you think? I'll have a Coke in a can right here.
Yeah. Yeah, people do tend to cheapen things a bit. Nowadays, if you go to one of those, of course you're going to have your produce, your Amish baked goods and whatnot, but I guarantee there's a food truck. I mean, you just know at the end of it, there's just a dude selling tacos, like just to cheapen the whole thing.
You're sitting there looking at like, I don't know, the Parthenon or something. All of a sudden, taco truck.
They have those unobtrusive, like scooters or like bikes that they ride with just the cases of stuff.
Right.
So yeah, you just hear like the ching 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 ching.
It's kind of like there was actually a progressive commercial that kind of made me laugh. Our guests here?
I don't know.
I hear things. I think our guests here. Cool, yes. Cool. All right. So I was. It was a progressive commercial, and it was Flo and this nature guy, and he's sitting there. They're sitting there looking at this breathtaking view, and they're sitting there just like, isn't this beautiful? And yeah, this is so quiet, majestic, peaceful out here. All of a sudden, someone taps him on the shoulder. Are you done? We'd like to get a selfie. And it was like line of people right behind. I was like, it's kind of like that.
I still can't forgive Progressive for introducing the term tummy capes.
Oh yeah, that was
the Superman.
Although when she goes ooh, it makes me he says tummy capes and she goes ew. It makes me laugh.
Don't say that. But we digress.
Ooh. All right. That was the best part of that commercial. I laughed out loud when I heard the ooh. All right, let me give you a rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you update with the weather here in just a bit. And then shortly thereafter, joining us in studio will be Kedrick Smith. Kedrick is running for city council for Ward 3. And so we will chit-chat with Kedrick and learn a little bit about him, why he's running for city council. So we'll have that conversation here in just a few. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with local news and sports and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do anything else, let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore with your Pecos Valley weather. Plenty of sunshine will be building in for Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia for today, and highs are on their way from the upper 80s to the middle 90s. Now, throughout the afternoon time and into tonight, there are some chances for widely scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, too. With a system sliding through, we could see some locally heavier rain. Please be careful as you're heading out and about. Those overnight lows are dropping between 60 and 65. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore.
Thank you, Jennifer. Currently 65 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 87%. Winds currently out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. For today, expect sunny skies, a high of 89 degrees. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. But tonight, we've got some weather rolling in. We are looking at a 50% chance at rain showers tonight. They're talking between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Mostly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 60 degrees. Winds will be out of the east, 5 to 15 miles per hour. They're saying we could see anywhere between a tenth and a quarter of an inch of rain. Higher amounts if we do get a thunderstorm rolling through the area. For Wednesday, expect cloudy skies, cooler tomorrow, high of only 75. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear. Chilly, overnight low of 56. Yeah, mid-50s for an overnight low. It's starting to get colder, folks. Winds out of the northeast at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny skies, 83 for a high. Winds out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. For Thursday night, clear, overnight low of 59. Friday, mostly sunny and 88. Friday night, because, of course, football, there's a 20% chance of showers, otherwise mostly cloudy, 61 for an overnight low. Saturday, we are looking at a 30% chance at afternoon showers, partly cloudy and a high of 85. Saturday night, we're looking at a 30% chance of showers. Sunday, we're looking at a 30% chance of rain, partly cloudy and 82. 20% Sunday night, and Monday a 20% chance of showers, partly cloudy, 79 for a high. So as long as we don't get the rain part, 79, that's a good weather for parade and day one of the fair, the temps there. As long as the rain, stays down. But 79 for day one, that's going to be a beautiful fair day, I think. All right, it is 8:26. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and then Kedrick Smith, city council candidate running for the Ward 3 seat, will join us here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Coach, question for you over here.
Coach, can you talk about the latest trade rumors?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get big money for your trade at Roswell Ford.
Start your season with a win at Roswell Ford. Right now, we need trades. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. With 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit with great terms, with good credit, no credit, or even if your credit is less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, more for your trade, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $28.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
The 2025 Eastern New Mexico State Fair is here, September 29th through October 4th at the Fairgrounds in Roswell. This year's entertainment is out of this world. Wednesday night, don't miss Austin Van with 2 shows at 7 and 9.
Driving me out of your mind.
Thursday, catch Mickey Cruz at 7. And Al Hurricane at 9. Friday, it's Carson City Rebels at 5. Proud Pete at 7 and Josh Ward at 9.
Hey, I'm loving where it's going.
And Saturday is Tejano Night featuring La Conquistador Banda at 9.
Iban dispuestos a todo por llevar la mercancía.
Best of all, concerts are free with admission to the fair. More info at enmsf.com. The Eastern New Mexico State Fair, September 29th through October 4th at the Fairgrounds in Roswell. It's the happiest place on dirt. Ad paid for by the City of Roswell Lodgers Tax.
It's too bad the Eastern New Mexico State Fair doesn't have a category for weeds, because with all the rain we've had, they'd be giving out lots of blue ribbons. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. We have powerful products to get rid of the hardiest weeds, and most important, we can tell you exactly how and when to use them to get the job done. Yeah, this year's weeds are certainly impressive, but at least they're green.
Attention high school students and parents. Now is the time to make your plans to come visit the most affordable university in the Southwest, Eastern New Mexico University. ENMU is hosting our annual high school open house preview day on Saturday, October 18th. Come learn about scholarships, discover majors, talk with current students and faculty, and win some great prizes. Sign up today at enmu.edu/open house. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:29, and joining us in studio this morning, Kedrick Smith. Kedrick is running for city council here in the upcoming municipal election, running for the Ward 3 seat that's available for this upcoming election. Kedrick, first off, thank you for joining us on the show this morning. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to be here, sir, and it's wonderful to be able to serve the people and be a candidate for the upcoming election.
Well, and this is something I was saying, I don't know, I talked with one other candidate yesterday, Jeff Cabana. He's running in the Ward 1 section there, and I'd mentioned to him that something I noticed about this upcoming election, if you look, that all of our candidate positions from mayor to the Ward 1 through 5 city council seats, the school board seats, they all have bare minimum 2 candidates, some at least 3 and 4 candidates. And to me, that's a good sign. That means, especially at this level, when you have folks like yourself that like you said, I don't think a lot of people, you're not served in city council before. So, you're just a member of the community. And at these level of positions, city council, mayor, you want the average citizen, not professional politicians per se. You want people that are community members that live here, that know here, and so it's so great. So I want to thank you first for yourself and the other candidates for stepping up and saying, hey, I want to serve this community. I want to do this. Yes, so win, lose, or draw, I tip my I don't have one, but if I had one, I'd tip my hat to you. So
yes, sir. And I just want to thank you guys for allowing us to come on the show and to express ourselves and be able to let them know why we're running and the reason the things that we want to do. I feel that you can sit idly by and say you want something done or you want to make a change, but it takes a strong person to get up and actually make that change.
Roll up your sleeves and if you're I always say if you're waiting on someone else to do it, you're going to be waiting a while. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's start background first. Tell folks a little bit about yourself and how just not so much the why you're running part, but just folks know you. What's your day job? What do you do? What's your life? What's your goals, dreams, wishes? What are you into?
Okay, yes, sir. It's a lot.
I hit you with a lot. Right, tell me about everything about you in 2 minutes. Go.
Oh, my goodness, yes, sir. So I'm originally a native from Louisiana.
Okay.
And I moved to Roswell with no friends and family. My friend actually became a doctor here, and he actually brought me here. And I've refereed for the youth for years.
Okay.
I've been a teacher for years.
Okay.
I've also worked at the hospitals in the psych ward as well as receptionist for Eastern.
So a lot of let's say people service positions where you're working with either patients or students or at-risk folks or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
I've always served, and I feel that in order to even running for a position like this,
sure.
If you have to serve first,
okay,
you got to know how to follow before you can lead.
Sure.
And I feel that being in the community and and it's not about who you help or anything like that. It's about just rolling up your sleeves and doing it together.
Sure.
And by being in those different positions and helping those people, keeping my head down and
right.
just looking forward, looking towards the future, helping, the youth.
Sure.
I feel that, and it's like what my slogan is, community together, CTA. I feel that community is more important, and I want to be able to help the community. And I'm not sitting here promising everybody everything.
Sure.
You don't know what you can do, and you don't know what's in place already and things that's in place already. But I want to be able to help the kids with the parks. And,
sure.
And be able to just help fix the parks if that's something small. If something small, maybe
sure.
bring back the community games or help with those type of things within the community. Something that the youth we can help these youth find something better to do.
Sure.
As well as helping the elderly unemployment rate. That's something that we can do to help get these elderly employed again, and
I'm kind of curious, just you mentioned earlier about you come from Louisiana and everything, and we were talking off air and been here about 12 years. Was Katrina part of the reason you had to, did you have to deal with the hurricane and is that what kind of made you leave Louisiana? I'm just doing timelines in my head and thinking
yes, sir, and yes, I was a part of Katrina.
Okay, because I'm just curious because I could tell like your passion is here about kids and so I'm just kind of thinking if you experienced Katrina and had to deal with some of that stuff. And literally you had to probably pull yourself by the bootstraps to get here. And you said like you came here with no family and everything else. I'm kind of like feeling like you had to start life over. And was Katrina the reason for you?
No, Katrina had happened a little bit before.
Okay.
But it did start my path. Also,
that kind of set the table for saying I need to figure out what I'm going to do.
And my mom ended up passing away at the time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That was the need for change, but it was a great change because coming here, being a referee,
sure.
For years and being able to help the kids, being a teacher for a while, just being able to work in the community, saving lives when I worked at the hospital as a receptionist. I know what the community needs.
Sure.
And they need community. They need someone who's there.
Sure. Like you've been here about 12 years. What's like obviously the position when we talk about city council, passion is part of it. We always want that passion and we want that in our elected officials. Have you been active in kind of following what city council's been doing and things like attending meetings and understanding some of the issues and things they're dealing with right now as far as budget and some of that stuff you've been following or kind of keeping tabs on in the papers or things like that?
Yes, sir. I see things here and there. But my main focus here now is connecting with the people.
Gotcha.
Because the issues and everything, issues change, things change. Maybe once we get in there, the same issues may not be relevant as what's going on. So I keep up here and there.
Sure.
But my main thing is seeing what the people want. What do they feel that would be a greater change or something that we could bring to the city council board once we're elected,
Have you? I know we're about a month out here and everything. Have you? And obviously, representing Ward 3 here. Have you had a chance to kind of knock doors and talk to folks yet and say, hey, I'm Kedrick, I'm running for city council here, and then just say what are your concerns and things? Have you had a chance to do some of that yet?
Yes, sir. So I started early by me just being a candidate. I started early. I mean, to start early is still starting late to me.
Right.
But I have got a chance to talk to some of the people. And surprisingly, a lot of people remembered me. A lot of people remember me for, you coached my son's game.
Okay.
Or you refereed.
I remembered you here. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And
it's a small town. We all see each other at some point, right?
Yes, sir. And it just gives you that sense of not necessarily say security, but that to know that you're making a difference.
Right.
Regardless of a position or regardless of what you're running for, making that difference. And I think that as candidates, I think that we all should be on that mindset of let's make a difference. It doesn't matter who wins.
Right.
And being able to go out there and knock on the doors and talk to the people for a moment, just seeing just their reactions and what they have to say and just listen to some of the issues that they have. I think that, and I think talking to some of the people that were elderly, I think elderly unemployment rate, with them losing their jobs at 70 years old, I think that's something that, job placement for the elderly, I think that's something, that we could tackle once we get into city council. And sir, I just feel like it's so amazing to see these kids, when they come to the door and they tell, Mom, I know him. He was my teacher. I mean, just things like that, sir. I mean, and community, I mean, you can't not lose that. And I stress that. And I think as candidates, I think we all should work together, regardless of what's going on now. I think in the future, we all should work together and be able to help some of these kids and help some of these elderly and help get some of these animals better homes. That's something else that I wanted to work on as far as being city council, bringing it to the table of helping these animals to get homes.
Gotcha. The animal control and getting that. And it's that's one of those things that, yes, the city has a responsibility, but we have such a pet overpopulation issue that it's bigger than even the city can handle. And that's why we have like the Humane Society and these other volunteer organizations that get involved. And at the end of the day, we as a people need to be better pet owners.
yes,
but yes, the city is but definitely I know there's a lot and animal control does what they do and this and that, and not everybody's happy with everything there, and we got to work on that. Yeah, absolutely.
Even just giving to some of these kids who have because I worked at the psych ward and I worked, with people with mental disabilities. And right now I'm currently a caregiver at Tobosa Developmental Center.
Okay.
And, why not give some of these pets away to, after they've had their shots and, been taken care of, why not give some of these pets to some of these mentally disabled people or, people who just, need that love, and I think, just things like that can help solve some of these problems.
Give them companions and things
yes, yes, sir.
And obviously they, people are making sure they are responsible enough to handle the pets and everything. That way, people are like, well, what if no, the dog? They've trained each other. Which is kind of how pets work. And sometimes they train you as much as you train them if you're doing it right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, with working with Tobosa, things like that, I gotta ask that because I imagine you have an opinion on some of this, like you said, with mental health and things like that. I'm guessing you're kind of following with like that opioid money that we're getting as a state and city, and we have like organizations like the 100% Chaves County. They're trying to have meetings and things to say, hey, how do we properly use this money to make the most bang for our buck here to help mental health in our community here. Just your personal opinion with your experience. What's some of the issues you think that, in a more city, but just we as a state or as a community, need to do as far as investing in mental health, just based on your experiences dealing with the mental health, with dealing with troubled folks at rehab and various, your personal experience. So I'll give you an example, a story. Okay.
Sure. So I worked in the psych ward, and it was years ago. And recently, I met a guy, and he said, "Oh, I remember you," and he told me where he remembered me from, and he was like, "Man, you helped me a lot, and just bringing that love every morning that I would bring, and just singing and just lifting the spirits up." He said, "You know what? I haven't been back since." And he said, "I appreciate you because it's because you came there with that happy spirit."
Gotcha.
That helped change them, and I feel like with mental health, I think being able to show as a community,
sure,
that we care about them.
Gotcha.
However that looks, if it's helping them with housing or helping them, get back on their feet, and not, judging, help feeding them, help, You know,
you made a big judging. That's the first thing. It's not judging.
Yes.
Everyone's in a place because of a thing, and they got there, and we all get in places, and how we get there
our struggles
doesn't always matter. But what we do afterwards is what matters, and that's what we got to remind folks. Yeah, because I mean, get it. We all had them times, and I kind of get the impression just from talking to you a short time, you're kind of one of those guys that you're going to be positive no matter what.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I feel like just, like you said, with the hurricane stuff, like I feel like you dealt with some stuff, losing family. You did a lot of things that can break people down if they let it. Yes. And I think you probably hit a bottom at some point and did some soul searching and things like that. But you picked yourself up and here you are, and you dusted yourself off and you moved on and you kind of created a new life for yourself here in Roswell. Like you said, you established community, working with youth, working with the community, constantly serving where you can serve, and that's your niche. And this to you sounds like your next. Like, this is my next phase. I do this at this level where I'm sitting in a hospital room, or I'm sitting on a football field, or baseball field, basketball, wherever, working with kids. And then next thing, I need to sit in a city council meeting, and I feel like you're that, like you said, you're the guy singing and all that. You're like, you know what? Even when they get in the mud dirty, I'm gonna try to say, we got to lead by example. We got to be the adults in the room, and I feel like that's kind of your that's where you stand. That's what. Am I wrong there?
No,
just the impression I'm getting talking to you.
And so it's what you're saying. It's like, I know how I feel. I lost my mom. My mom was only 48 years old when she passed away, and. At the time, I was working at the hospital at the time, and I was trying to take care of people and go and see about my mom in Louisiana. So, being able to I have had a lot of losses in my life. You know what I'm saying? And, but I've also had a lot of gains as well. And it comes from helping people, seeing a kid, if he's on the field as a referee, and a kid saying, "Oh, I just want to kill myself," and then you say, "No. No, don't you say that." Just because the smallest things that you say, you can manifest them into your life.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, to be able to teach these kids and lead these kids in a positive direction, because at the end of the day, you have to go through hardships. How do you know how to lead if you don't know the struggles?
It does build character. Right? You hear the saying, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," and that's absolutely true.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. And I just want the people to know, and I want the people to understand. I'm not running just for myself. I'm running for the community. I'm running for the people who are voiceless. I'm running for the people who've had a lot of hardships and a lot of delays in their life. And I always said, "You know what? I can't do it. It's over with for me." I want to let them know today that they can pull themselves from the bootstraps, like you said, sir.
Sure.
And just because it's not your time, because God's rejection is His protection. And at the end of the day, your time will come. You just have to be faithful, and you have to continue to move forward. And as much as you go on, and the worst thing that you can do is to keep on fighting, because guess what? One day you will obtain what you're trying to obtain.
Sure.
And so that's why I want to let the kids know, the youth know, the people know, to just keep fighting, be resilient. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything tell you that, hey, because, this person has more than this, or that person has more than that. Like, that doesn't mean anything. When it's your time, it's your time. And,
sure.
and no one can stop that. Nobody can hide it under a box. I mean, it's yours.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I just saw the time. We got a few more minutes here, but if people want to reach out to you, if they want to talk to you, learn more about you, is there like a Facebook page, or do you have a website or anything that you can kind of steer people towards right now?
Okay, right now, well, voting, let me start by saying that.
Yes, tell the voting information, because early voting's right around the corner here.
Yes.
And are you going to be participating in the Leadership Roswell forum next Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, we look forward to seeing you there.
Yes,
that'll be right before early voting starts too, so that folks will get a chance to hear more about your thoughts and things at that candidate forum. By the way, if you're not familiar, that will be Tuesday night, 6 p.m. at the Pueblo Auditorium, which is the amphitheater there at the administration building for the Roswell Independent School. They just recently remodeled it. It looks beautiful over there. But anyway, it's going to be there Tuesday night, 6 p.m. We will be carrying it live on the radio here and also streaming video of the event at ksvptv.com we'll have our own special page for it. And that will be there on demand as well. So when be there live to hear it, see it, and smell it, and taste it, and all that good stuff. But then you can go back and rewatch it later if you want to hear a particular question or a thing like that. But I'm glad that you are being a part of that. Hopefully all of our candidates there. I know they got most of them, but there's I think a few.
And it's like you said, that just having regular people from the community, and at first I wasn't thinking about running at all, but I looked at things and looked at way things are. Like the only way that you keep community, you have to have people from the community that's out there with the people.
Sure.
I mean. You want people that's visible, and that's
it's kind of nice, isn't it?
I mean, you guys can see me at every football game. I just became one of the referees for the high school.
Okay.
Shout out to the referees. There's actually a game today.
I always say be nice to your referees because those guys and gals work really hard and they take a lot of flack and they drive a lot of miles and it feels like a thankless job, but we are greatly appreciative of those folks that sign up to be officials.
Yes, sir.
God bless all of them.
And it's a game today at 4:00 and 6:00.
Okay, you gonna be out there in the stripes?
Yes, sir. Yes,
all
sir.
Right.
Just come out, support your local teams. And those are things that I want to do. I want to be able to let the people know what's going on.
Sure.
And keep them up to date on what's going on, within the community.
Absolutely.
If there's a game today, we can always work with you guys. However, to get things out there more for the people to know what's going on. For the kids to go to, that is one of my main priorities as running for city council is to help the youth for the future and for the present.
Sure.
Because I mean, it's a lot of bad things out there, but also you got to let them know what the good things are too as well. And
absolutely.
So, these kids, they need role models. They need somebody, and I'm young. I'm only 35. This is my first time,
You're still a babe.
Exactly. But yes, sir. But but I tell people all the time, many are called, but a few are chosen. When it's your turn, it's your turn.
Absolutely.
And I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much, and I appreciate you guys so much for the opportunity and to be able to give me the opportunity to express myself to the people. Make sure you guys go vote October the 7th through November the 4th. My name is Kedrick Smith, and
running for Ward 3 City Council.
Running for Ward 3 City Councilman, and I would be grateful and honored if you guys could elect me as your city councilman for 2025.
And look for Kedrick Smith on Facebook there, and if you want to
Facebook, Instagram,
there you go. And that way,
social media.
If you want to get involved, you want to help out, if you want to, invite him to speak at your events, things like that, please reach out to this. And Kedrick, thank you for again, like I said at the beginning, stepping up and serving our community here this way and doing this, and win, lose or draw. I'm so glad that you're going to, and I know just by talking to you that win, lose or draw, you're going to keeping on regardless, and do your thing, whether you're up there or on the field or in the classroom, you're going to be doing it somewhere.
Yes, sir. I've been doing it for years, sir. So let's put our bootstraps together, and let's fight this good fight together.
Good deal. Well, Kedrick, nice to meet you, and thank you, and I'll see you on Tuesday night. I'll be creeping around out there yelling around, hooking wires up to things and hoping not to get electrocuted. So
yes, sir. But there is a game today. So come out and support your local teams at 4:00.
Yeah.
And there's another game at 6:00, guys.
Yeah, and hopefully, and that should happen all before the rains tonight. So because that's not supposed to happen until like 9:00. So we should be good. Everyone's going to be dry, and the temps it's supposed to be nice weather. It's like 89 today, so weather's not going to be too bad. So.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, thank you, Kedrick, and good luck in this race. And obviously, as a city councilor, anytime you want to come on and chit chat, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you for allowing me to come on. And you guys are amazing. You guys are the best.
Thank you. That's a lie, but thank you. See, already getting that politician thing. Good deal. Kendrick, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Anytime. It is 8:53. Let's pause for news. Your Chaves County Sports quick break as well. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Minute with the Mayor returns today. If you have any concerns about anything going on in Artesia, stop by the Kith and Ken this morning from 8:30 to 9:30 and talk to Mayor John Henry. If you cannot make this meeting, you can also attend the City Council meeting tonight. There is a period at the beginning of each council meeting where the public can speak directly to the council. The United Way of Eddy County held their Day of Caring event on Sunday. Volunteer teams from local companies worked on projects all throughout Eddy County, including multiple projects in Artesia. For one of these, a team from ConocoPhillips painted 3 walls along 8th Street. Additional projects took place at CASA, Haven of Hope, Written in Red, and Oasis Women's Services. And a reminder, the Black Wings exhibit is now on display at the Artesia Historical Museum. The traveling Smithsonian exhibit highlights contributions made by African-American pilots in aviation history. The entire museum, including this exhibit, are free to attend. The museum at 505 West Richardson Street in Artesia. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Boys soccer, we had a couple of teams that got some big lopsided victories on Saturday, and that included the Roswell Coyotes winning at Portales 11-1. The Coyotes now 9-4, and they will take on Lovington tonight at 6 o'clock. Lovington is 7-5. Meanwhile, NMMI KO'd Robertson on Saturday 10-1. The Colts get started with District this afternoon at 4 o'clock. They'll be hosting Socorro. NMMI is 6-5 on the season, while Socorro is 3-6. Goddard is in need of a victory, and they'll be playing Portales on the road on Saturday. That starts at noon. Goddard is 2-12. They are on a 6-game losing streak after falling last Saturday to Los Alamos 4-0. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
A meteorologist, Jennifer Naramore, with your Pecos Valley weather. Plenty of sunshine will be building in for Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia for today, and highs are on their way from the upper 80s to the middle 90s. Now, throughout the afternoon time and into tonight, there are some chances for widely scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, too. With a system sliding through, we could see some locally heavier rain. Please be careful as you're heading out and about. Those overnight lows are dropping between 60 and 65. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. September is historically one of the weakest months for stocks, but it sure has not been this year. The S&P, NASDAQ, and Dow all hit record highs again yesterday, on signs that tech and AI stocks will keep rising into next year, after NVIDIA said it will invest $100 billion in OpenAI to build out more data centers. Stock in Disney ABC was little changed after hours, after ABC said they will start broadcasting Jimmy Kimmel's show again tonight. They said we've spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy and reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday, and Kimmel will address the issue during his show tonight. Apple rose on reports of strong demand for the iPhone 17. StubHub's new stock fell for the 4th day in a row. There's a real estate deal. Compass Real Estate is buying Rival Anywhere Real Estate to strengthen Compass in the weak real estate market. Visitors to Las Vegas are down 7 months in a row, so Las Vegas is having its first ever 5-day sale with deals on resorts, entertainment, and food. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Bush Appliance presents Adventures with Spinal Tap.
So do you actually use all of these Whirlpool washers and dryers?
Well, I play them, or use them, I cherish them, really.
Mm-hmm.
This Whirlpool dryer right here, this one is top of the heat. No question about it. Look at the flames on that one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's quite unbelievable, really. This one is just perfect right here. Listen.
Now, when you say perfect,
listen.
I don't hear anything.
Just listen to it, mate.
I'm not hearing anything.
Well, you would if it were broken. You'd be hearing it go, gitchy, 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 gitchy. And you could go have a bite and still be going. Gitchy, gitchy, gitchy.
This has been Adventures in Spinal Tap, brought to you by Bush Appliance. Who you going to call? Bush Appliance in Roswell. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390. We could be at 110 West Country Club Road, but our address goes to 11.
So you think drinking alcohol can't hurt you? It'll mess you up big time. Say adios to large chunks of your brain. Major damage is already being done. Other parts of your body are getting wrecked too. Forget about sports, forget about school, forget about doing much of anything. Underage drinking freaks out your body, messes up your life.
Sponsored by the NMDOT.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump on the world stage addressing the UN General Assembly in New York, directing some of his remarks to Hamas.
Those who want peace should be united with one message: release the hostages. Just release the hostages then.
The president saying that the UN is not even coming close to living up to its tremendous potential. And citing what he calls their unserious and ridiculous demands, President Trump has canceled this week's planned meeting with two Democrat congressional leaders. Mr. Trump was to meet with Senate Minority Leader Schumer and House Minority Leader Jeffries to talk about averting a government shutdown at month's end. And President Trump is warning pregnant women about a popular pain reliever and fever reducer.
The president announced that the FDA will notify doctors that the use of acetaminophen or Tylenol during pregnancy can be associated with an increased risk of autism.
Don't take it. Don't take it. There's no downside in not taking it.
However, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists said the Trump administration's statement is irresponsible and is not backed by the full body of scientific evidence. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Jimmy Kimmel's timeout from late-night TV did not last long. He returns to the small screen tonight after ABC lifted the suspension it imposed last week. Kimmel was taken off the air for controversial remarks about Charlie Kirk's accused assassin. At least one owner of a group of ABC affiliates, Sinclair Broadcast Group, says it will not air Kimmel on its 39 ABC stations. On Wall Street this hour, stocks are mixed. The Dow trading about 242 points higher. The Nasdaq Composite Index down 68, and the S&P is 1 point in the red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
A powerful super typhoon bearing down on Hong Kong.
Here in this northwestern neighborhood of Hong Kong where I live, wind is already picking up.
People are taking no chances. They have taped up windows with big crosses, hoping to reduce damages if they would ever break in strong winds. And leather bins have been laid flat on the ground, hoping they would not be blown away so easily. The government has taken what they call preemptive preparations. They have told the public that they would issue the third strongest typhoon warning signals almost a day before.
And that's the BBC's Martin Yip. Mexico activating emergency controls after detecting a new case of New World screwworm in cattle near the U.S. border. The animal came from Veracruz, where the last case was reported back in July. This prompted Washington to suspend imports of live Mexican cattle. News and analysis, townhall.com. Moldovans face a wave of AI-driven disinformation.
It's all ahead of a crucial parliamentary election on Sunday. Online monitoring groups have tracked Russian propaganda campaigns aimed at reducing support for the pro-European Party of Action and Solidarity, or PAS. Researchers say these campaigns mark a new phase in Russian influence operations using AI to impersonate Western media and flood comment sections. Moldovan President Maia Sandu has warned that this vote is the most consequential in the country's history, determining its future with the EU or Russia. Keith Peters, Washington.
Russia says that it shot down 36 Ukrainian drones that were bound for Moscow, while Ukraine says Russian missiles, drones, and bombs killed at least 2 civilians. The war grinds on after 3.5 years. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Welcome to it.
Yeah, this is the
winds are whipping a bit.
Wind's kicking up just a bit. This is the calm before the storm, so to speak.
I'm excited for rain because I don't know why, because I live in New Mexico now in 25 years. Maryland, I've been like, what are you thinking? Now I'm all like, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm even more excited that tomorrow's high is 75.
Dude.
You know the overnight low tomorrow night will be? The overnight low tomorrow night, Wednesday night, will be 56 degrees.
Wow.
How awesome is that?
That sounds fantastic.
That's sleeping weather right there.
That's crack windows open weather, yeah. That sounds freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
I definitely
these things, weirdly enough, make me happy inside.
Honestly, and I was looking at some memories from Facebook earlier, and it was this time, I think it was 8 years ago, it said, or 5. It was like either 8 or 5.
Right.
Where we just had that torrential downpour. I was living out at the farmhouse north of town at the time, and my entire property was like flooded. Like it was like 3 inches of rainwater.
Did we get a lot of hail on that one?
I think maybe.
Because I remember taking some photos about that time. How long ago you say it was? About 10 years ago? I probably would have been down on the south end of town when I lived there then. And if I remember, I did remember taking some pictures of some hail that was literally the size of golf balls. I think I even found a tennis ball size one that was sitting out there in the lumps of it. Like it looked like it was so much. It kind of looked like it snowed. There was so much hail in my front yard. It kind of looked like it snowed. And I remember, like up by the building,
8 years ago. This was 2017.
Okay,
and this was
that would have been in down south end.
Stafford Farms, now lake adjacent.
Okay, that probably would have been that one because we would have shoot.
Yeah, matter of fact. There's our above ground pool for comparison.
Man.
We were living high on the hog. But so that was 8 years ago. But what I was going to say is, I think this is maybe good news for next week. I feel like we're maybe getting it out of our system now, and that next week, at least.
The only thing that's making me nervous is Sunday night rain chances. Yeah. Sunday rain chances, Sunday night rain chances, Monday there's a rain chance. I'm like, oh boy. But I'm loving Monday's 79 for a high.
Yeah, that's
a beautiful, like matter of fact, Adrian is going to join us here from the fair talking about the parade. That's that day of the parade.
Oh, that's perfect.
And as long as that rain, there's like a 20% chance of rain, as long as that holds out, 79, that's perfect for the parade. You can sit out there and not roast, not freeze. Like at the beginning in the morning, you might be a little chilled and you want to have your hoodie or sweat
But that's
jacket
when
on.
you do the New Mexico thing. You dress in layers.
Yeah. Long sleeve tees.
Say it again.
A New Mexican's best friend.
I love them.
Yeah.
They're great. I need to actually break out my long sleeve tees, that section of the closet.
I was just, I got to buy a new one now.
Yeah.
A new long sleeves cheap. My sister. She's attending Towson State University in Baltimore, Maryland, and she's now on the rugby team. She's been playing for about last season or so here with the rugby team.
That is a tough sport.
Yeah, and she's the nicest girl on the planet. Like she's not what I would call it like me, where I'm jaded and cantankerous.
You've been chewed up and spit out by the world. Yeah.
She's like nice and doesn't harm a fly.
She's still young and optimistic.
Yeah, like has hope. But anyway, just kidding. She has no hope. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a weird juxtaposition when you hear you say my sister who just started at university.
Yeah,
it's like
I have a gap there.
Congratulations to your dad, first of all.
I have one younger than her, too, that's in high school. Just getting her license. But anyway, she's attending Towson, and she's on the rugby team. And so I saw this morning that she had a link. Hey, you get your rugby gear, and it does support the team. And I'm like, well, it's my sister. Of course I got to get a long-sleeve tee or a hoodie with Towson women's rugby. So I was already perusing. There's one I like. But I want it in the gold because they have a blue, gold. It's like a black, gold, gray, and blue are like their colors, and so I'm kind of liking digging this gold. I'm digging this style of one.
Is it like a darker blue with the gold, or are we talking about more like a?
Yeah, it's a darker, navy-esque type blue. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I could dig that.
But a lot of the hoodies and sweatshirts themselves are black or gray, but their team colors are that blue and that gold. But they had a gold T-shirt that I liked. But I'm like, if they had that hoodie in that color with the logo, I'd want. But I got to keep perusing. I only got to look for a minute. But yeah, I'm about to drop $100 on some shirts for that.
It's funny because there's when you're a fan of a specific team, it's easy to buy merch because you could just buy merch with the logo,
right?
When you're a fan of something like a pro wrestling, you have to buy shirts with their slogan at the moment.
Yeah.
And
you got to keep up.
The annals of history of some of the most terrible slogans. Like this one dude put out a shirt and his catchphrase was, "I'm going to eat your lunch." And so people actually spent good money and walked around with a shirt that said, "I'm gonna eat your lunch." I think it said, "We're gonna eat your lunch," something like that.
Even better.
But It's hard being a fan of certain performers when you're like, oh, I gotta buy that. I gotta wear that shirt.
Do you go to like the thing like, oh, that was like 6 T-shirts ago? You know, like you're not.
Yeah, you're not up with it because you don't have the current slogan.
2022 slogan. This is 2025.
Or even somebody like Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Who's known for making catchy, memorable, merch. He had one at one point that just said, and the shirt just said, "How's your lips?" The implication being that if you don't stop your smack talk, The Rock's going to come and smack you in the face, so your lips will be particularly sore, I guess. Swole. So yeah, it's just there's certain like being a fan of a team it makes it a lot easier to get merch.
Well, and I mean, and of course, one of the other shirts that he was, or slogans was, "Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?"
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much direction to take that on a T-shirt. I mean, I smelled it and I ain't liking it.
Even just something like Rudy Poo,
smells like cabbage.
I ain't smelling smorgasbord. Leave it at that.
But I could see that. But I think I'm leaning towards trying some of that gold color.
Is it now? Is the logo like the old school collegiate logo?
Yeah, it's the house in the eagle or whatever it is that they are. I forget. and I was looking. I was like, does it? And it said women's rugby. So I was like, I want to make sure it says it on there so they know that that's what I'm supporting. I'm support that.
Absolutely.
I don't know anything about the rest of your team. My sister's on that one. That's what I care about.
Have you seen her play?
No, I mean I've seen like a little clips, but not like live. No. She just started like within the last year here, and so I've talked to her on the phone and everything, but I've never been there when she's doing it. So, and right now is their season, so I'm probably going to miss, because I can't break away during that time of year to go visit. So I'll just have to. Next time she comes out, I'll have her do some rugby moves.
Right. It is a fun sport to watch. I mean,
I've seen this. I remember, like, we didn't have an internet to go just watch YouTube videos for hours. So, I'm on I remember watching on like a, Tuesday summer afternoon.
Yeah.
ESPN, and they're showing
World of Sports,
Aussie Rules football or some rugby match from England or something. I'm like, and I sat and watched it because I'm like, what are they doing? Why are they all touching each other and getting that little thing? And they're going to put the ball in the middle. And they got to shoot out like an egg. And I like the scrum as well as learning about. And then, but then, you watched it more and I'm like, and then you're just watching like, so that when you tackle them and then they just got to give up the ball, or like, do they?
That's one.
Like, when do they know? Why do I just keep fighting? They get up and start fighting again. No, you got to give up the ball, but why? I don't know.
But what's the? I'm not real familiar with that. The one that I literally cannot watch just because I'm so confused as to the rules and as to what's happening. Have you ever sat and tried to watch cricket?
Yes.
That is. I don't understand a thing about that game.
I will do you one slightly better. I understand very little about it.
Right.
But when I was the teenager, when I went to Australia as a teenager with the Scouts and all that. Well, we were there over the Christmas holiday, and so during that thing, they actually we stayed with an Australian family.
Okay.
It was me and another Scout, and so. That family had a boy and a girl that were roughly around our age.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the days we were over there, we're, out playing, talking. And so we showed him how to throw American football.
Right.
And he was teaching us how to ball in cricket, which is like pitching, but they don't call it pitching because it's not the same as pitching at all.
Right.
The throwing motion, the mechanics, all of it is.
It's like a roll.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But it's like using your arm as like a trebuchet, where you kind of swing it and then use the velocity of the swing to propel the ball towards there's 3 sticks down there. And if you hit the sticks, that's like a googly or something, and that's like a strikeout. Right. While the guy with the big paddle's trying to whack it And that's where I get a little fuzzy on where it goes and what it counts as a run. And
what the wickets and all that.
And all I know too is like cricket matches can last like a day. Like the match never ends, and I'm like, that's another problem.
Yeah.
If 3 hours is about pushing it for us on a football game.
The one thing you got to give to America is we really did tack down sports with TV time. Like we really nailed it with baseball was pushing it, but granted, TV wasn't really a thing back then. And what else were you going to do but sit around and listen to the radio? So a 6-hour game, not a big deal.
You don't have a job. 3:00 in the afternoon, you hang out in Chicago and go watch the Cubbies.
But football, it's like that was the perfect sport for television.
Mm-hmm.
It was designed specifically to be broadcast because it's short, sweet, and to the point. It's long enough that it's going to, attract your attention and keep your eyeballs there, but short enough that you can still get stuff done in the day.
Right.
I will never understand people who, and I watch a lot of British content on YouTube, and they are very, very into the Premier League and like football over there.
It's a lifestyle.
I mean, it is, and they have games literally like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. It just random.
Did
times.
you ever watch that Welcome to Wrexham on FX?
I've seen a little bit of it. Yeah,
it's pretty interesting to give you a perspective on that. I haven't watched some of the later seasons, but I watched like the first 2 or 3.
Right,
and then I just kind of once they got like real big named, I stopped really watching.
And it's funny. One of the people I watch on YouTube is actually a big Wrexham fan, so I get to hear every week how Wrexham's doing.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm still keeping up with them.
Well, they've gone up a couple leagues since that shows. Like they were in the bottom tier when that started.
Right.
I think they're only 1 or 2 away from like Premier League now. By the time they're like right now, just proof that you get 2 celebrities with some money investment and a fervor and bada bing, bada boom. Wrexham, a little sleepy town, is now the size of Manchester United in their soccer world. So.
I gotta give Ryan Reynolds credit. That man knows exactly when to hit the throttle and when to back off. Yeah. Because, all this stuff was going on with his wife. And
the other dude and the harassment.
The director, that whole story over the summer.
He said, she said stuff.
And he has been so quiet. And now all of a sudden, the only thing I've heard from him is
Boost Mobile commercials.
Well, Boost Mobile, yeah, or Mint Mobile.
Or Mint Mobile, yeah.
But we probably filmed those a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But now we're finally kind of slowly hearing about him because he's the executive producer of that John Candy documentary that's coming out.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, okay, now he's kind of like easing back in a little bit, but he's an expert when it comes to gun it and run it or step back and let
It's him and Colin Hanks that's doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was like it's Hank's brother or Hank's son, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the good one.
Yes.
Not Chet Hayes.
Chet Hayes Hanks or White Boy Summer Hayes.
Which I gotta give the kid credit. He probably shouldn't have come out on like was it MTV Movie Awards with the Jamaican patois.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't have, he probably shouldn't have done that.
I think he should have gone the way of Tom Hanks' brother and just because if he remotely sounds or looks like his dad, guess what? Toy Story 27's coming out. Go get on it.
I will say though, the kid's a pretty good actor. Like the stuff that I've seen him in, like the more serious, he plays like like a soldier in a movie. He's a really good actor as far as like the dramatic roles go.
Good for him.
So it's like you had the potential. You've clearly got the genetic ability. Why waste it with White Boy Summer or whatever it was you were doing?
Now is his mother Rita?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if Tom Hanks' kid's mother
is. That's a good question. I think they're all.
Are they all Rita? What's her last name? Not Hanks. Whatever her Rita. Whatever I forget her name. Yeah. But I just never thought of it till now. I was like, is she the mother of the Hanks boys? Colin and maybe not Colin.
Full.
I don't know. I have no idea.
According to AI, yes, they're half brothers. Okay, so they share a father.
Yeah.
Different mothers. Colin is the son of Tom Hanks and his first wife, Samantha Luz.
Okay.
Chet is the son of Tom Hanks and current wife, Rita Wilson.
Okay, so Rita Wilson is the son. Okay. The
mom.
Okay.
So, I'm no mathematician. But one's got to figure by what's the, doggone it. I can't think of the property. But if 2 people, Tom Hanks and somebody else, made Colin Hanks, And then Tom Hanks and another woman made Chet Hayes. One's got to imagine that the weak link is Rita Wilson. I'm not saying that, necessarily disparagingly, but that's the math.
Yeah.
Transitive property. There it is. The transitive property. That's just the math. It's not Tom's ex. It's not Tom.
I'm trying to think. The messed up part is I was trying to think of Rita Wilson movies, and there's only one I can think of right off the top of my head. I know there's more.
Right.
It's That Thing You Do.
Yeah.
Where she plays the cocktail waitress at the jazz bar when the drummer's enamored with the jazz player.
What is she in? I thought she was in like First Wives Club.
She's in a bunch of stuff, but that's the only thing I can think of right now off the top of my head that she was in was That Thing You Do, which I like that movie. People didn't. I thought it was a cute movie, and I enjoyed it.
It's all right. It's definitely all right. Sleepless in Seattle, she's in.
Oh, she's in that?
Turns out, yeah.
Is that where they met? Maybe.
Maybe. A Man Called Otto, volunteer. She's in My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm guessing a part character. Runaway Bride, Now and Then, which is, I've seen that movie 1,000 times, not by choice. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, 3, That Thing You Do, Larry Crown Affair.
I know she's been in a bunch of stuff. It literally just blanked on anything. I can remember anything except for that.
She's been in a lot of stuff that Julia Roberts has been in. Like, she was in Runaway Bride. She was in, I just saw it. Hang on. Oh, The Larry Crown Affair, which is Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts.
Yeah, that's a Hanks thing.
She's been in a lot of Julia Roberts movies. I guess with the tie-in with Tom Hanks. But yeah, there you go.
Coincidence?
So,
I think our guest is here.
I believe so, yeah.
I thought I heard doors moving and knocking and everything. Very good. Well, let's get the hour going. Adrian Ragsdale is going to join us here for Eastern Mexico State Fair to talk about the parade, which is Monday, kicking off Eastern Mexico State Fair. There is not much time, but I believe a little bit time left to sign up for the parade and all that. But she'll confirm or deny that here in just a second.
My sister just checking in. Are you okay today? Raptured? I'm like, I'm still here. Do we check if it was Central or Mountain Time?
Was it already happened?
I don't know.
I heard a ding. It turned out my Hot Pocket was ready. So that's not it.
That's not it. Although, you're about to be in flavor heaven.
That's right. Icy cold on the inside, molten lava just outside that. Yeah.
Hot Pockets. Screw the top of your mouth.
Yeah.
Screw the roof of your mouth.
It's Arctic and lava, all the same thing. That's science, boys. That's science. All right, 9:25. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore with your Pecos Valley weather. Plenty of sunshine will be building in for Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia for today, and highs are on their way from the upper 80s to the middle 90s. Now, throughout the afternoon time and into tonight, there are some chances for widely scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, too. With a system sliding through, we could see some locally heavier rain. Please be careful as you're heading out and about. Those overnight lows are dropping between 60 and 65. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore.
Thank you, Jennifer. Currently 70 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 71% with winds out of the north at 10 miles per hour. For today, sunny skies and 89 are expected high. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we got some weather rolling in. There is a 50% chance of rain. They're talking between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Mostly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 60 degrees. We're looking at east winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, and we could get anywhere between a quarter and a half an inch of rain, more if we actually get a thunderstorm. So that's what they're telling us. Wednesday, no talk of rain, but cooler temps, mostly cloudy, 75 for a high tomorrow, north winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with an overnight low of 56. 50s overnight lows. Notice, getting a little cooler. Northeast winds 5 miles per hour. Thursday, we're looking at sunny skies and a high of 83. Thursday night, clear, overnight low of 59. Friday, sunny and 88. Friday night, there's a 20% chance of rain, mostly cloudy, 61 for an overnight low. 30% on Saturday, partly cloudy and a high of 85. 30% on Sunday, partly cloudy and 82. And a 20% on Monday, partly cloudy, 79 for a high. So All I'm saying is, as long as that 20% rain thing doesn't happen, that's 80% it won't. And we're just sitting at sunny and 79. I ain't going to lie, that's probably one of the better years for parade weather. I mean, that's perfect. So, but you be the judge. Me, I think it's good. Some people are like, nah, a little warmer. No, that's perfect right there. All right, 9:28. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break, and then Adrian's going to join us here, and we'll talk about Fair Parade on Monday and Eastern New Mexico State Fair. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Some wounds need expert care to heal properly. At Artesia General Hospital's Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine Center, we use advanced treatments like hyperbaric oxygen therapy to help chronic wounds heal faster. If you or a loved one has a wound that won't heal, call 575-736-8235 today and take the first step toward recovery.
Jennifer here at Trustmark Roofing and Windows. And did you know that we get a bunch of service calls per year from people who didn't even hire us? That means they originally hired someone else to replace their roof, windows, or gutters. Then later, when a problem popped up, they tried to call their contractor back to help, only to find out that the contractor has ceased to exist. They're gone, done, out of state, out of business. At Trustmark Roofing and Windows, we have serviced southeastern New Mexico for 20 years. As a second-generation contractor, we have serviced our area through many major hail and windstorms. We have customers who are the kids of customers that we've serviced many years ago. We will be here when you need us, period. For roofing, gutters, or windows, visit trustmarkroofing.org or call Trustmark Roofing and Windows 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Whether you're a homeowner, a landscaper, or a contractor, we all have reasons to dig. If you're planning to dig, this is just a friendly reminder that locating underground utilities is important. It's actually the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig. New Mexico Gas Company is one of the utilities that will come out free of charge to mark our underground lines up to the meter, so you'll know what's below. We're New Mexico Gas Company, and our priority is keeping you safe. That's why we're here. Learn more at nmgco.com.
Attention high school students and parents. Now is the time to make your plans to come visit the most affordable university in the Southwest, Eastern New Mexico University. ENMU is hosting our annual high school open house preview day on Saturday, October 18th. Come learn about scholarships, discover majors, talk with current students and faculty, and win some great prizes. Sign up today at enmu.edu/open house. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. The suits or the astronauts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:30, and joining us in studio this morning, she's almost a regular now. We'll just kind of move her right in. But Adrian Ragsdale back with us with the Eastern Mexico State Fair. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's now that we're, because last time I talked to you, we were about a week out. Now we're a couple days out. How are things looking? I know they've been probably judging and stuff most of the week so far with all the entries turned in thus far, so they can get those ribbons out. But how's the week progressing for you guys?
Arts and crafts is looking good. We have a lot. It's, I was out there this weekend, and it's just always fun watching people bring in their entries with their kids, their grandkids, and sharing what the things that they've created over the year. So the ladies are out there getting that organized and judging. I think the different categories have, it's coordinated.
They do it different times. And
so it's all throughout the week.
Okay.
But
imagine when they ever get they probably coordinate. It's like when the experts in this particular area are going to judge. Okay, well, they can get together on Wednesday or whatever day it is.
Yeah, it's just kind of a little puzzle that,
sure.
They make it work.
They've been doing it for years, and they've got their routine, and I'm sure it's a well-oiled machine, and they do their thing.
And then they'll take baking entries, not banking, baking. I'm good at banking. I'm not good at baking.
I'm average at baking, and baking, subpar at that too.
That'll be this Sunday. So if people want to participate in that, that'll be Sunday.
Yeah, the animals and the foods all roll in this weekend.
Everything that starts moving or can change.
That's right. If it tastes good or excrete something, it comes out.
Right. Sunday's your day. And then Monday morning, we're going to start rolling at 10 o'clock like we have been every year.
Yeah, so. Eastern New Mexico State Fair Parade will kick off. Again, and this is a little different this year, where I know a lot of people like to try to be close to the courthouse lawn because that's where the judges are and all that. Well, this year the judges are amongst us. They're not going to be sitting in a trailer in the courthouse lawn. They're going to be amongst the crowd at various locations. Therefore, performances and things like that are going to be happening not just at the courthouse lawn. So, that being said, the best seat isn't necessarily in front of the courthouse. It's really anywhere between, College, where they come out at the Wool Bowl there, till Summit on the south end. Right. Anywhere on Main Street between those two streets, you should be just fine for a good. Now, don't get me wrong. If you like your spot and got your favorite thing, go for it. But if you're like, man, there's too many people here, well, go a little farther north or a little farther south, and you can stretch out and do your thing. So.
Right. We did that. We had scattered judges last year.
Yeah.
And had a lot of good feedback from it. It cut about 20 to 30 minutes off our parade,
which people can appreciate. It's a huge parade.
It is,
but and we like a huge parade. But yes,
it's still big.
At some point, you're like, I think I want to go get a drink or something.
And it's nice when there's things moving.
Sure.
And, it's hard when you're in the parade, just sitting there and have.
We were joking about that. We were talking that story in the 7 o'clock hour, Sean and I, and back in those days, we were always like the last entry.
I know, y'all are always at the booth.
Yeah. And so like the parade starts at 10, but it was about 11 o'clock before we really got rolling. So, and we had to be there like 7 in the morning. So it was a long day of just hanging out.
Yeah, it is. And like I've learned over the years too, some of the, whenever I know who's going to be at the end and have can communicate with them and they'll call me back. I can let them know.
Sleep in a little bit.
Yeah. Take your time.
But we over the years it's evolved into, and that's kind of why we, why you do the things the way you do, because over the years we've learned the what not to do's, the what to do's, and everything else. And so this is kind of the most refined version of the parade because there's a lot of demand. I mean, it's the biggest parade by far. There is no parade that goes through Roswell that has nearly the number of entries, floats, and contestants that are part of it. It's just big.
And we have a lot, people seem to, especially when, I don't know what, sometimes it has to do with the theme. Sometimes it's just, I don't know what moves people to put more effort, and it's always greatly appreciated when
absolutely
we see what people have come up with.
Keep with the theme and all that stuff. And we get, and I guess it's, and that's probably the struggle you guys have at the board meetings at the beginning. It's like, all right, we got to pick a theme that what's going to people embrace people or get people excited to want to decorate or to participate.
It's like we like to keep it broad so it covers everything, but I like it when people just interpret it how they want to. And
I almost wondered one time, like if we just, rather than, try to get deep message, like, hey, we'll just make it Smurfs or something, something different. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, now I can make a big Smurf,
when we did the 100-year parade, it was the 100 years, we had so many little kids dressed as 100-year-old people. It was darling. And I was like, I would have never thought of that.
That's cool.
It was so hilarious and cute.
That's a great, wow. Can't wait till the 200.
I know.
But parade will be this Monday. Now let me ask: is there still a possibility in getting in the parade, or is registration closed on that?
So technically, registration is closed.
Okay.
However, if you need to enter, we can't keep it open forever because then we can't put the line up.
Well, it is your kind of that's your nightmare of the next couple days, right, is plotting and planning this lineup here, right. And so you need as much time as possible to do that accurately. And so if you keep dropping in on Sunday night, Monday morning, it really throws a wrinkle in your game plan.
Well, it does, and it messes up the judges, and it messes up the lineup. Whenever we it does. But we try our best to accommodate everybody. They may not always like their spot, but we always give them the option. Well, you can save it for next year or take it. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard. But no, if you haven't, call the fair office, and there's an option to click the parade person. That'll connect you to me.
Okay.
And I'll work with you.
Good deal.
And sometimes, it's just a matter of sometimes one person calls their organization this group, and it just doesn't look the same.
We're talking the same, but speaking two different languages.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're in there. I just labeled you as a, something a little bit different.
Sure.
Or somebody's name, not your organization.
Well, and that's the thing. The older we get, we just get set in things and how we know stuff. And we say, because I still do it to this day. I'll say something and be like, it hadn't been called that in 20 years.
I know. I still tell people the parade ends at Sears.
Right. I did that just yesterday. Like where Sears used to be. Because that's helpful to absolutely nobody that hasn't lived here. It's only unless you've lived here for the last 15 years. The building. Well, but it would be different if we said like where Pizza Hut used to be. Because let's face it. Pizza Hut buildings, I don't care what restaurant you put in an old Pizza Hut building. Like, it looks like an old Pizza Hut. Sears doesn't always share that same.
No.
But so that's why now I'm like, I have to train myself. Summit. That's the road next to the old Sears.
I know. Ashley Furniture is our new business.
Yes, it's the Ashley there. But please line up anywhere there. And like you said, if you do want to get in, please reach out today. Don't wait till tomorrow or Friday or get it done today. That way you're locked in, and that way you have time to allow for your side to work the logistics and get you in where you need to be and get everything done.
And all of our rules are always posted. I mean, they don't come down just because the entry is technically closed.
Right.
So if you have questions, look there first. Like I said, you can call the fairgrounds and connect. It'll send you straight to me. I'm happy to answer any questions and help, but just looking forward to a good fair, fair weather.
I think we're going to, as long as that 20% doesn't show up, at 10 o'clock Monday morning.
I know. And
I think it's going to be a beautiful day,
I do too. And it's all of the work that people put into their floats. I'm like, they can just get through the parade.
Exactly. Because some of these organizations go all out and like, especially if they're using like paper mache and various things that aren't conducive to moisture. Yeah, and actually that's the cool part of being last in the parade is like, because the Woolbowl parking lot's just this snake of entries. And you can literally get a preview of the whole parade right there. And so I'm like, oh, that's a cool float. That's what we did for 2 hours. I'm walking up and down looking at kids' floats and everything and trying to mooch food off somebody. That's kind of what I'm doing.
I know. And so if you are in the parade, make sure you pack some water and some stuff for your kiddos to stay hydrated, because it's about a 3-mile route.
It is. I always grabbed a sack of breakfast burritos, and that was what we grabbed. And sometimes we ate them all before we even started the parade.
I know.
Sometimes
it happens.
Sometimes like, all right, we're on 3rd Street, let's eat. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Please come in and get you a good spot, and obviously respect the business owners and their parking lots and things. If they're asking you not to park there, please respect those. But a lot of times, most are very cool, and they let you set up lawn chairs and do it. But get permission first before you do that stuff.
And we have all of our businesses along our parade routes appreciate the customers and the support that they receive.
It's okay to have a cup of coffee or a piece of something to eat, or go buy an antique or whatever you're in front of. That's okay.
Pick up your trash, please.
Hey, clean up, yes. Please clean. It's our community. Leave it good. And then, of course, as soon as the parade is done, start booking it south to the fairgrounds, because the fair officially opens right after the parade on Monday. They should be firing up the rides as soon as they get the green lights to do all that. They are having a preview weekend for the rides, so that's good news. Means they'll be pre-inspected and pre-everything. So by Monday, when it's officially the first fair day, there shouldn't be any delays on.
Correct.
The only delays we might have is that wet stuff that may come down, which, knock on wood, we're going to be fine.
It may tease us, but it won't be anything that's going to stop our good time.
Absolutely. Which kind of reminds me, don't forget to like and follow the Eastern New Mexico State Fair Facebook page, especially during Fair Week, because if there is those, weather or, so-and-so's late, we're going to have to move them to this time. Things happen at a live moving event all week. The Facebook page is usually the first place any of those type of changes, and say, hey, due to rain, this has been moved or canceled or whatever. It goes right up there, and that's the first. That way you'll know. So if you're heading out to the fair, you can plan accordingly. Take a look at that page and say, oh, everything's a go, or oh, shoot, they're not going to be able to do this today.
Right. We will definitely post if there's
and
rain, lightning, any kind of delay. Just to let, and people whose kiddos are out there and they're not, and that way we keep everybody informed.
Yeah, we update on the radio and stuff, but literally the fastest place is that Facebook page. So that's where we get it from usually. So we're telling y'all because we went to the Facebook page.
Because it's the way to do it.
It is. So that's a great tip for when you go out to the fair there. And of course, don't forget to, we had Leslie on talking about some of the fair days, the ride days, Tuesdays the big, and she had a good tip for folks there. Like if you are going out to see the livestock shows and everything else, not necessarily there for the ride, maybe Tuesday's the day you don't go to the fair because your entry fee includes the rides and all that. And if you're not a rider, you're not going to get your value on that. Any other day, come on down and do all that. You can still get your ride bands and ride rides and all that, but because of that Tuesday, everyone that pays in, your rides are already included and everything else. So unless you're going to ride rides, it's not a value to.
Except if you have a
unless you got a
large
bunch
family,
of kids, yes.
Then just take a minute and do a little math and see if it's the right day.
That's
for you,
a perfect idea. Yeah.
Because it's once you're looking at a family of 4 or 5, I believe.
4 kids, yeah.
It's a good deal, even if the parents have to buy a band.
Absolutely.
It's still less expensive.
But I'm thinking if you're a couple and you're not intending to ride rides and everything, then
you're coming out there just for your funnel cake. Don't do it on
come Monday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday. But Tuesday, let's if you're ready to ride, let's do this.
Right.
And then each night they have different things. Like I think one of the nights there, I think it's Thursday. I don't remember. Bring canned goods. That'll help out with community. Disaster relief,
right?
And you get discounts on rides and things like that.
And it's a significant discount for 2 cans of food.
Yeah.
So
go to the fair's website, enmsf.com. There you can see all the different nights and who, where. Senior Day, I believe, is Wednesday this year, and they've got events in the afternoon into the evening hours there planned for that. We'll talk more on the radio about that as the week progresses. But if you don't want to wait for us to tell you, go to the fair and fair website, and you'll find all of that there. The parade, the fair book, obviously, if you got turn-ins this weekend, or if you want, or if you're just gee whiz curious, like, well, I'm just curious. When I'm looking at a cow, what is that? All that information there in the fair book, and you can learn all about that stuff. And then of course entertainment, the concert nights, and again, don't forget when you get into the fair, those concerts and all that's free with your cost into the fair. So you come out a night when there's one of the great concerts there. Guess what? You've already paid for it. You're there. You're doing the fair. So come on and enjoy the show too, and the rodeos as well.
There's not many places you're going to get to go see a concert for $12.
And especially some of these artists that. Because you got your classics, your Al Hurricanes, folks that are just legends. But then you got some of these younger guys that in about a year. You're going to pay $200 to see them in a concert venue.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They're just great entertainment.
Exactly.
It's so they're good people.
Yeah,
that's just a bonus. They're nice people.
I know we've interviewed a few of the artists already, and they're down home, down salt of the earth type people, and very good performance. But yeah, some of these folks that they're kind of, you're catching them now, and you're going to see them blow up somewhere. Like I saw them at the fair.
I know we've had a bunch of big ones come through. You never know.
So please come and enjoy all that. But it kicks off at the parade. If you're procrastinating, please get a hold of Adrienne today. Don't wait any longer, for the sake of everybody.
And if you have a group that wants to volunteer to be our grand finale, definitely call me right now.
Absolutely.
Because some people, we've had different groups that have many members or many vehicles and stuff. And it is kind of fun to see something like that big at the end. And
you kind of want your Santa Claus at the end. Yeah. So if you'd like to be our Santa Claus here, please come. And it is, and who knows, maybe. And here's the thing: play the poor me card. And you tell we've been here forever, and they'll just give you food at the end. They're like, "Hey, you want a sandwich? You want something to drink?" I'm just telling grovel a little bit. You get some perks. Just saying. Trust me, I've been in that seat. I know it. Poor me. Just kidding. But no, it'd be really cool if you can be our grand finale here, the head of the parade here. But it is Monday. It's just a lot of it's the same, a little bit different. But just remember, you can get anywhere between College and Summit on Main Street. It's a good spot for the parade. You don't have to fight and rub elbows with everybody in the courthouse lawn if you don't want to.
Right.
You can see you get equal view of the parade no matter where you're at.
Absolutely. And I know people like the shade in the grass at the courthouse, but there will be performances all the way up and down Main Street.
And there's a lot of other good shady spots and stuff that, you can go and I don't know. I'm kind of one of those people, like, I like to hang near food. So I'm like, I could nosh a little bit and then just wander on in, get some nuggets or something, and wander on out. I'm like that.
It is. It's a good plan.
I'm always with an arm's reach of my water bottle and some food somewhere. Yeah. But make plans, and of course that Monday is a fair day, so the students will be off that day, and hopefully a few parents can take the day off too and be a part of it, or they're already taking that's just it, because a lot of people take the day off because they're in the parade or they're part of the fair in some way, shape, or form.
A lot of our local businesses really support the parade and close at least for a few hours in the morning.
If you can do that, that's awesome. I get it if you can't, but and if you do have the opportunity, let employees get out and go enjoy it. Please do so, and do all that, and just come be a part of it, and then make your way to the fairgrounds that night. Come out first night. Everything will be exciting. The rides will be going. You get your first tastes of fair foods and plot and plan your first. I'm getting chicken on a stick, or I'm getting a corn dog. I'm getting funnel cake. Whatever it is you're down with, and come have fun, and then. Please go, and that'll be actually Monday will be your first crack to go to the education building and the junior, start seeing who some of the blue ribbons and who won some of these different things and some of that. So that'll be first crack at those too. And trust me, spend time in those buildings when you're out riding around and riding in the rides in the commercial building. Please go over to the livestock show ring, go watch a show, go to that education building, go see the hard work and the arts and crafts building of youth and adults throughout there. And trust me, you'll be impressed at the talent of our New Mexicans that enter into these. Every year I'm blown away. I look and I'm like, that is really great. Then I look and it's an 8-year-old that did it. I'm just
I had that experience yesterday.
Yeah, it is so cool how they do that. And I'm just so impressed because you really meet the best of who we are at the fair.
And it's interesting. There's people you see all the time, and you have no idea they have these great talents and artistic talents.
And I would even author, if you're old and cantankerous and you're all like, well, were the youth doomed and all that, go to the fair. I'm serious. I like
great kids.
I interview like the 4-H and FFA kids, and every one of them are just polite, professional, well-adjusted. Just yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. They have thought-provoking answers, not just like, yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, okay, maybe we're not. I swear to God, I get restored faith in humanity every fair year. It just happens for me. So
and that's the place to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then, of course, I do want to remind real quick before we let you go here is the Junior Livestock Sale is kind of the big finale. That will be Saturday morning, as is tradition at the Eastern New Mexico State Fair. I know sometimes we get confused because, like, Chavez County's is that Friday morning, and like, is this the Friday? No, it's a Saturday.
Yeah, they do a Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night. I'm sorry, Saturday morning. But so Saturday morning, we get there early. We will be like the livestock shows and everything, like normal. We'll be filming and presenting those live. I think there's only 1-2 that we can't do live, like the rabbit show. We record it and then upload it.
Okay.
Just because of the way there's a couple shows that aren't in the normal show ring so logistics change a little bit for us on that. But for the most part, everything in the show ring we have live and on demand for you.
Everyone's featured in some way.
Yes, exactly. So tell all of your out of town friends, and I'm telling you, you don't realize, like, in all of our pantheon of sports and high school sports and livestock and all the things we do, Artesia Bulldog football is king. It gets 10,000. I mean, it gets a large number every.
How you say that?
I know it's, but you know what's usually what's number 2 in big numbers? It's livestock shows. It doesn't matter if it's the Eastern or the Chavez or the Eddy County Fair, whatever fair it is. We will get tons, overall thousands of folks watching a swine show. And it blows me away. It's cool.
It is cool.
But it surprises me. And I think a lot of it's family and friends, and you get some kids that got a big family in Oklahoma or Texas somewhere. Next thing you know, they're chiming in, and it's.
Well, and they make their own families.
Yeah.
Not just biological, but they make their own families when they do these shows all over the region.
Absolutely.
And everybody likes to support their friends.
And it's so great.
And
it's so, you'd be amazed at how many folks tune into the live site. And to be honest, if you've never seen one, go live, go sit there and watch it. Like, I don't know a thing about farming and ranching. I grew up in DC. I'm as city slicker as they come, you know. I don't, you know, I'm like, oh, what's the brown thing? No, don't touch that wrong button. That's me. I'm that guy, you know. I'm appreciated and fascinated by it, but I didn't grow up in it. Don't know it. And so I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know anything. I didn't raise farm animals and anything. But when I see the show and I see what they do and I see these kids working hard and seeing, you know, the start to finish, and I learn more about that. It's not just about the, you know, them walking around parading this thing around a ring. It's about all the getting up in the mornings and the work and the effort that these young men and women have done to get to that point. You realize all of that stuff, and so that's what's the cool part to me, and you see it and appreciate it when you go to the shows, even more so than seeing it on video. We can't do it justice. You got to see it. Plus, you get to see there's 6 side shows going on, especially when you get to pigs or something else. Like, there's a main event here, but then you got 2 kids wrestling with boards and a thing, and I'm like, that's funny. I'm watching this. And you know, I mean, that's part of the fun.
Well,
is
and
watching
tiny kids with these huge animals, and they have them under control.
They handle their business.
It's incredible to watch.
but I will warn you, pigs don't like to be handled, and it's fun to watch the kids and the boards and them trying to, you know, basically put 10 pounds of pig in a 5-pound bucket because the pigs don't cooperate. Good deal. But Parade's Monday. Please reach out to Adrienne here by calling. Is there what's the fair office number? Do you know off the top of your head, or I know it's on the Facebook page and all that.
Facebook
but
page,
reach out to there. But I didn't know if you had it off the top of your head there. But just go and like and follow the Eastern New Mexico State Fair on Facebook. That way you can stay up to date for any changes, updates for the fair next week. Eastern New Mexico State Fair's website, enmsf.com. There you'll find the fair book, the parade information, entertainment, what's on tap for the entire week going on there, and questions about special ride nights, park fees, discounts for...
no parking fees.
I mean, not parking fees, but entry fees. That's what I meant to say. Discount nights for seniors, veterans, all that kind of stuff is all, ticket prices, all of that's right there. So.
And that phone number is 623-9411.
Very good. Excellent.
Right there on the website. Where
Right. Look at that. You look it up and there it is. But thank you as well. Is there anything we missed? Anything we want to cover?
I don't think so. If you have questions, like I said, if you'll push the parade number, it comes to me. And if it's not parade related, I can probably help you. So.
You know a person who might be able to, if you can't help directly here. So very good. Well, thank you as always. And
well, thank you for having me.
I don't think we officially see you again this week, do we?
I don't think so.
But I'm sure I'll see you.
Might be a surprise. I don't know.
Well, you might
for
pop
both of
in.
us.
That's right. We popped in. But don't work too hard, and we'll see you here next time.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. It is 9:55. Let's pause for your SRM business update, quick break, and then we'll wrap up the show. Don't go away.
All right. With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Today is a day the markets have been waiting to hear from Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. He'll deliver a speech today. The markets will be watching to see if there are any clues about the future course of interest rates. Stocks have surged since April on hopes that President Trump's tariffs will not derail global trade and that the Fed will deliver several cuts to interest rates to boost the economy. Tech giant Oracle will spearhead a new joint venture being formed to assume control of TikTok in the U.S. The popular video platform is currently owned by a Chinese firm, ByteDance. That has raised security and privacy concerns. Boeing shares rose more than 2% early on news of an order of planes from Uzbekistan Airways, as well as speculation that a big order from China is in the works. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
It's too bad the Eastern New Mexico State Fair doesn't have a category for weeds, because with all the rain we've had, they'd be giving out lots of blue ribbons. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. We have powerful products to get rid of the hardiest weeds, and most important, we can tell you exactly how and when to use them to get the job done. Yeah, this year's weeds are certainly impressive, but at least they're green.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Sorello. Minute with the Mayor returns today. If you have any concerns about anything going on in Artesia, stop by the Kith and Kin this morning from 8:30 to 9:30 and talk to Mayor John Henry. If you cannot make this meeting, you can also attend the City Council meeting tonight. There is a period at the beginning of each council meeting where the public can speak directly to the council. The United Way of Eddy County held their Day of Caring event on Sunday. Volunteer teams from local companies worked on projects all throughout Eddy County, including multiple projects in Artesia. For one of these, a team from ConocoPhillips painted 3 walls along 8th Street. Additional projects took place at CASA, Haven of Hope, Written in Red, and Oasis Women's Services. And a reminder, the Black Wings exhibit is now on display at the Artesia Historical Museum. The traveling Smithsonian exhibit highlights contributions made by African-American pilots in aviation history. The entire museum, including this exhibit, are free to attend. The museum at 505 West Richardson Street in Artesia. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
It's too bad the Eastern New Mexico State Fair doesn't have a category for weeds, because with all the rain we've had, they'd be giving out lots of blue ribbons. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. We have powerful products to get rid of the hardiest weeds, and most important, we can tell you exactly how and when to use them to get the job done. Yeah, this year's weeds are certainly impressive, but at least they're green.
Support career and technical education programs for Chavez County. Support the ENMU Roswell Mill Levy. Supporting this mill levy would increase funding for career and technical education programs to prepare students for in-demand jobs in our area, strengthening the local economy and meeting community needs for healthcare professions and skilled laborers. Dual credit students from local high schools will benefit from expanded program options. Increase career and technical education in Chavez County. Support the ENMU Roswell Mill Levy on November 4th. Early voting begins October 7th. Paid for by the ENMU Roswell Foundation.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It's 10 o'clock. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so